Back here on Region Football Weekly in our Suntier Bank studios. If you're just joining us, we went over our bubble teams and, of course, our RSN Top 10. If you don't know us, I'm Jack Thiel. Of course, my partner in crime, Mike Dewan. Now it's time to go over our games to discuss. Mr. Dewan, you had yourself a tough week in predicting the games.
Man. Come on, man.
You're 4-3 now on the year.
On to the next one.
We have 5 games that you're going to predict this week. And we'll start off with our bubble matchup. Wheeler at Westside. Big-time matchup. We talked about how one team won via the passing attack and one team won via the rushing attack last week. Let's hear it, Dewan. What are your keys to the game, and who do you have coming out with the victory?
5-0 week incoming for me, hopefully. We're going to start it with Wheeler and Westside, obviously, as you mentioned. I'm going to go with Wheeler.
Okay.
I think they're riding high. They've been playing. Oh, look at you marking it down.
Got to mark it down. I got to remember.
Beautiful.
Can't escape.
Yeah, I think I think their passing attack is solid.
Okay.
I think, again, the play by Klimzak and Compton, they're guys to look out for. And I think it'll be a close game. I'll say Wheeler by a touchdown.
Okay.
I'll say they go into a hostile environment, West Side. That's going to be a fun first meeting between the two programs. Wheeler, a pretty solid program, and West Side trying to get their signature, really big signature GSSE one. So we'll see this week.
Yeah, both teams 2-1 in the conference. Next game, River Forest, Boone Grove, our number 9 team. Both teams coming off a loss. For River Forest, it's 2 in a row. For Boone Grove, another loss where, or actually another game where they're down 14-0. First time they were able to come back. This time they weren't. So two teams trying to bounce back. And for River Forest, these were 2 teams in our top 10 at the same time at one time.
Yeah.
And River Forest now not there. They lost to Griffith, but for Boone Grove, they're still at number 9. So win and you're still in, lose and you're out.
The king of the north
so,
right here.
Big game. It's not at Boone Grove. It's at Wheeler because of, we talked about
the construction,
the new renovations for a new football stadium with a big-time match between the Ingots and the Wolves.
Yeah, it would have been fun for the Wolves to open up at their stadium. I think that kind of plays into a little bit of it, but I think Boone Grove takes it. I think it's going to be a very close game. I'm going to say Boone Grove by 3. But it's, again, a lot of highlight plays I think expect to come. I think Boone Grove's going to find that passing attack again. They got, again, Torbson and the Noonan twins and a couple other guys that could catch passes. You could throw just about anybody out there, and they'll catch a pass. And for Forest, of course, Aiden Silver, you kind of saw them last week, and they got some guys too. So it'll be fun, but give me the Wolves in this one.
Definitely one of the best quarterback matchups we'll see this week
True.
between Aiden Silver and Mark Rowland.
Only one junior this time, not 2. So I'm high on this class, man.
Only one.
I haven't seen really a talented class like this. Well, it's my first year covering sports, but I guess all time. It's going to be fun next year, but we're going to talk about this year a little bit more.
Well, if we want to talk about another junior quarterback, it's in our next game. We'll talk about one of our game nights
go.
built by Von Tobel. Video broadcast at the Burial Grounds. Number 10, Michigan City, at number 7, Lake Central. It's homecoming night for the Indians. Big-time matchup. Not just because it's homecoming, just because these two teams, they have traded blows for the past 21 years. Lake Central leads the all-time series 11-10. Lake Central won 35-31 last year. We don't know the status of Xavier Williams, but that has not seemed to matter as Chase Kwiatkowski has turned into a dual-threat quarterback. But for Michigan City, you have the D1 commit out of Syracuse, Hart at running back. Got some big boys on the defensive end of things and a lot of receivers. I will say for Michigan City, they share the ball a lot. They have a guy, Elijah Collins, who gets the ball a lot.
Yep.
Bell, another guy. And
Benjamin Martin.
Those 3 guys are really the main vocal points of that offense. They do a really good job. But I'm really excited because there is a ton of great talent on the field. Now, it might not be your 4 or 5-star guys, but there are a lot of kids out there who have great talent. And, 2 teams feature kids who have kickoff returns this year. So something to look out for.
True.
We have 2 teams that feature some of the best passing yard numbers this year. We have 2 teams who feature some of the best receiving numbers this year. And if Xavier Williams does play,
2 D1 commits.
2 D1 running back commits. It's a big-time matchup at Lake Central. If Lake Central wins, it's the first time in 8 years they'll be 3-1 in the DAC. It's been a while. I was talking to Rick Good about that. He said we're excited. But Lake Central, they haven't won back-to-back games all year. For Michigan City, very pivotal part for them just because you're either going to be 2-4 and 1-3 in the DAC, or you're going to be 3-3 and 2-2 in the DAC. A lot to play for Michigan City. They got their backs against the wall, but also a dangerous team because with that kind of, mindset, you play pretty loose. You feel, like you have nothing to lose. Against a team like Lake Central, you've had a tough 2-game stretch with Maryville and Valpo. But, we talk about 1 and 2, Crown Point and Valpo. Obviously we'll be at this game. This is going to be a really good matchup between two teams who have a lot of close games against one another.
Yeah, way to sell it, man. You could sell water to a well after hearing that speech. So, Jack Thiel, everybody. But, yes, you covered all the bases. A lot of talent on both sides. A lot of all-conference players, future all-conference, future all-area players even, future D1 commits, D2, NAIA, D3, you name it, they got it. So it's I think the X factor a little bit. I like LC's run defense. I was at LC Crown Point, and they did a great job against a very solid Crown Point run offense. And I think, again, Jaden Hart, that's probably one of the toughest players they're going to play all year in terms of just a single player. So that's kind of the X factor, see how they do in the trenches and against him. But Michigan City may have to resort to that pass game that really hasn't seen too much progress over these past few weeks. And you mentioned those playmakers. I think that's the X factor. Who
has more playmakers?
Yeah, and I mean, who makes the plays too?
Who makes the plays?
Big time players make big time plays. I harmonize that again, but it's. I think I'm gonna go with. I think City's due.
Yeah.
I think City. It's gonna be
hungry. They're very hungry.
Both teams are hungry. I think LC. This is kind of a game where LC 3-1 in the conference. That's something that hasn't really been heard of in a while.
8 years.
I think it's very doable. It could kind of be almost a coin flip type of game, but I'm gonna go City by 3 points. I think LC. It'd be interesting to Xavier Williams' status. It's always in question.
The big question.
They'll be well if he does not play. He does not play this game, but I think if he does, that'll be very interesting. As you were explaining, see how that offense has kind of transformed in the past few weeks. And if you add a D1 commit, next to your quarterback on an RPO type style offense, that can give City some trouble. So right now, I'll go City by 3.
Absolutely. And, what's also interesting is Lake Central, maybe they're not the prettiest wins against Portage and LaPorte.
Yeah.
They still find a way. And that's all that matters is they do win those close games. And I have a great feeling this game will be very close as well. Both teams have won close games.
And the Providence Catholic lost. They lost by 7. So it's, they could very well be 4-1.
Michigan City
as well has some close losses.
The Warsaw loss is obviously one, and both teams have won close games. Michigan City against Lafayette Jefferson.
And again, it was 3-0 Maryville in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
for City and them. So
it's going to be a great game, and I'm very excited to see how this one plays. I know a great crowd will be there. Once again, one of our game nights built by Von Tobel. It will be a video broadcast. Now our second game night built by Von Tobel. This one a video broadcast as well. The Lowell Red Devils going to Hobart. It's going to be a great game just because these are two teams that they like to beat each other.
Blue Bloods.
Yeah, there you go.
Bloods,
I mean, teams that have really controlled high school football for many, many years. Obviously, Lowell's trying to get back. Very tough start to the year. Colton Scott seems to be back and healthy for them. Had a big game against Highland. For Hobart, obviously our number 5 team in our RSN rankings, 4-1 after a really resilient effort win against Drain. I'm curious to see how they come out just because I had to take a lot out of them. But, we'll see what happens here. But we have 2 running backs that can really take over this game.
2 juniors.
Yep, 2 juniors.
If I had a tally for how many times I mentioned a junior,
we'll talk about a junior next game too. Don't worry.
Exactly, we would be off the page by now. But I think it's going to be a lot of handoffs. Got a lot of old school football here.
Okay.
Again, mentioning Lowell and Hobart, you can't tell the story of Northwest Indiana football without mentioning these 2 programs.
Yeah.
So that alone makes this game so much fun. I think again, Lowell 2-3, 1-2 in the conference. I don't think that matters. I think this game will be a dogfight as they always are. Hobart, I believe, had Lowell's number over a few years, and I think that's going to be the case again. I think their run game is a little bit better, and I think that's what they're going to rely on this week. Of course, you could always turn to the pass game, which I think also kind of trumps Lowell's. That Lowell is mainly they're just running the ball.
Yeah.
So it's I think Hobart has that extra element that kind of sets them over the top. So I will go Hobart. I'll go Hobart by 10. in this one.
All right. So far you've got 2 road teams and 2 home teams. Now we'll go
tiebreaker.
Yeah. But once again, Lowell and Hobart, game night built by Von Tobel, video broadcast, and you can view that on our website, regionsports.com, Facebook and YouTube page as well. Our final game night built by Von Tobel. This is going to be an audio-only broadcast, and definitely our game of the week, maybe game of the year. Number 2 Valpo goes in the Crown Point against the number 1 Bulldogs. Kind of highlighted this one. It's really the DAC championship for Valpo, undefeated in the conference for Crown Point, undefeated in the conference as well. Crown Point really hasn't faced much adversity this year. I mean, that's just telling how dominant they are. Valpo, they have, because they lost to Penn, and they found a way to bounce back and win 4 in a row. I really don't know how to. I mean, we can sell this as, Clash of the Titans, the 2 best teams in the area. It's 1A, 1B.
Goliath versus Goliath.
You've got a big time running back at Valpo, and of course a big time quarterback at Crown Point. You have a defense in Crown Point that really doesn't let anyone do much on them,
No.
and a Valpo offense that scores a lot on opponents. When we talked about Maryville and Crown Point, that was the big thing with Dante Pope and J.Q. Johnson. 2 guys who high energy, high level players, and they got shut down at Crown Point. So is that going to happen again at Valpo with guys like Davis, Clark, Bradney? Is that going to Stokes? Is that going to happen again? Or, 2 head coaches that really know what they're doing? Is Marshall going to get those guys ready for what is, in my opinion, the game of the year?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's hard to believe that this game will be a blowout. At least get away from any team early. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood all these next few days. But it's, I think these are 2 well-coached teams that they know what they're getting into. I think this is a game that they've had circled both squads for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you hate looking ahead, but this is for the conference championship. And you want to crown yourself as the king in the area's best conference. And yeah, it's tough to pick a winner. If this game was at Valpo, I might be going with them. But Crown Point, I think it's, again, I'm so impressed with Noah Ehrlich, another junior quarterback.
Absolutely.
And I kind of mentioned it with Johnny Sorensen of Hobart, another transfer guy. When you have a leader at quarterback, I brought this up in our rankings. There's kind of things you want to look for in somebody on a successful offense who's playing quarterback. You hope it's somebody that has been with the system for, I'd say, probably 4 years since you were a freshman or playing in 8th grade, 7th grade, just knowing what you're getting into, knowing what the coaching staff and the playbook and all that stuff, what is expected of you, and then kind of knowing your guys. You want, as a quarterback, you kind of want to be familiarized with the guys that are protecting you, all day, and who you're throwing to and who you're handing the ball off, and again, also with the coaches, kind of familiarizing yourself with the people you're going to be around with the most. And Noah Ehrlich, similar to Sorensen, he's been there for an off season and a couple games, and he's looked like he's been there his whole life. So it's I think he's probably the best quarterback in the area, and he's only a junior. I'm putting it with what he's been doing with this offense. He put up 250 yards last week and 4 touchdowns and a half. So he's the X factor. Again, we keep bringing him up, every week, but they have just so many weapons. We talk about Nick Soley 1 week, Larry Ellison another, and then we bring up Jones this week. So they're sharing the love, and the relationship's obviously there with Ehrlich and his guys, and it's impressive what he's done. But Valpo, again, it's a big statement game. This could honestly be a game between 2 potential state champions or semi-state. I think Valpo's floor, I don't want to put this target on them, but I think their floor is probably a sectional championship. Crown Point, I don't know what their draw is, but I know Lafayette Jefferson, the team that they lost to last year, is probably not the team that they lost to not the same team that they lost to last year. And I think Crown Point's floor is probably a sectional championship.
Honestly, I would say regional at this point. The way they're playing.
The way they're playing, this team could be better than the team that went undefeated last year as well. So, you don't want to paint that target on these teams, but it shows how great this game is going to be and how rare we see a 1v2 of this caliber. So
no one wants that target, but when you're that good,
it comes with it. It comes with it.
You can't get rid of it. It's gonna happen.
It's inevitable. And for my pick, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Oh man.
Does our number 1 team stay number 1, or do we have a new number 1 team this week or next week?
I think they stay number 1.
All right, Crown Point with the win. What's the score?
I'm going to say Crown Point by 7.
All right.
I think it's a close game. I think again, it's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be a 10-3 game. It's going to be I'd say 20s, kind of similar to what I said with games in the past. And I think it's well coached. I don't think a team's gonna. They know what they're getting into, and I don't think a team's going to lay down and suffer a blowout in the biggest game of the year. So.
Yeah. Once again, we have 3 game nights built by Von Tobel. Of course, one we just talked about, Valpo at Crown Point, audio only. Lowell at Hobart, that will be a video one, and Michigan City at Lake Central, that will be video as well. Once again, these are game nights built by Von Tobel, and you can view them on our website, regionsports.com, and of course our YouTube and Facebook page. Mike, anything else to add before we close out the show?
Yeah, another week in the books, man. I keep saying this, man. It's flying by quick as always, and it's fun doing this with you again. It's been cool riding off your coattails, and yeah, again, a lot of great games this week. It's awesome what football does, brings people together, allows us to talk about the game like this, and let's live it up. Let's have some fun, and let's go 5-0 this week. How about that?
Absolutely. Well, a big thank you to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Claude Martinez, of course, our producer on today's show, Zach Zanelli, my co-host, Mike Dewan. I'm Jack Thiel, but thank you all for tuning in to Region Football Weekly and our Centier Bank Studios here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors. Plus, built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel. Building better together.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com. Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting, but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com boonefoods.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
What?
You looking for X?
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports, RSN YouTube, regionsports.com, and IHSATV.org. We come to you tonight from the burial grounds on the campus of Lake Central High School as Von Tobel presents the number 10 team, Michigan City Wolves, taking on the number 7 team, Lake Central Indians. I'm Jack Thiel. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game. Joining me, a former gridiron player himself with the color analysis, Mike Dewan. Mike, We have a great matchup in the Dueling Conference here tonight. It's homecoming for these Indians. Michigan City, 2 losses in a row, searching for a win. But for these Lake Central Indians, trying to win in what should be a huge crowd tonight.
Hey, it's homecoming, man. I mean, what can you expect? And by the way, what a beautiful night for football.
Yep.
I mean, it's beautiful up here. The crowd's all out. It's homecoming. What more can you ask for?
Yep, let's start with Michigan City. Like we said, they come into tonight's game 2-3, 1-2 in the conference. Cody French's first year here with the Michigan City Wolves. Spent the last 2 years at Calumet. This is a series that has gone back and forth throughout the years. Michigan City 11-10 versus Lake Central in the last 21 years. But Michigan City trying to avenge that loss last year where it was 35-31. And they've got the team to do it. They've got 2 Division I commits. It starts with the left tackle, Deion Smith. But the guy who's probably going to have the ball more than anyone on the field for the Wolves and the Syracuse commit, Jaden Hart.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun little matchup. I like their offense, and I like Coach French. I was lucky enough to talk to him at the Munsell Rama we had earlier this year. And it's, you know, they went 2-8 last year, so he kind of has a lot to live up to, especially with the legacy that Phil Mason left for this Michigan City program. And this is a big game for him. Obviously, they dropped the last 2 against 2 of the DAC's most talented teams. They're looking to get a bounce-back win in front of a hostile crowd.
Well, in the Dueling Conference for quarterbacks, Tyler Bush, who is the starting quarterback for Michigan City, is top 3 in passing yards. He has 3 key weapons for him in tonight's game: Benjamin Martin, Elijah Collins, and Cameron Bell. All seniors, and all have made an impact on the field this year.
Yeah, they make his job a little bit easier having guys like that. They can really spread the field not only vertically, but they spread the field, you know, using all 54 yards. They make you guard it all, and that kind of opens up lanes for Jaden Hart as well. So we're kind of see how they do that. They're really trying to look for their offense to get back on track after these last 2 games, and here's a night to possibly do that.
Yeah, last week shutout in their loss, trying to score some points, kind of get that momentum back before it's too late. You know, we kind of talked about on Region Football Weekly where they had to go through a huge 2-game gauntlet in the DAC.
Yeah.
And that was faced off against Valpo and Maryville, one of the toughest 2-game stretch they'll have to go through when you play in the Dueling Conference. Now let's switch over to the Indians. Come in with a lot of momentum than they usually do over the past years. 3-2, 2-1 in the conference. Rick Good under his 3rd year with the Indians. Another coach who used to be at Calumet as well. And the biggest news of them all, Xavier Williams for the first time since week 2. He's padded up. We don't know how much he's going to play. We don't know if there's any restrictions. But since that game against Providence Catholic, it's for the first time he's out there warming up with pads on Friday night.
Yeah, I know he's ready to go. I was here for when they played Crown Point, and he was, you know, you couldn't really tell he was injured. He was moving up and down the sideline. He was hype all game, and I know he's been itching to get back out there, and I think he's going to have a good day today. If he, you know, hopefully he gets some good snaps, and obviously there's kind of probably maybe a pitch count on him. Of course, he's one of your big weapons, and you want to keep him for the rest of the season.
Well, the Iowa commit, it's as impressive as it gets in a 2-game stretch. 42 carries, 277 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Not terrible.
How do you?
Not terrible.
The Iowa commit. Everybody knew him from last year.
Yeah.
Came into this year with a lot of hype. Obviously had to go down with that injury, but he's rested. Looks like he's finally healthy now. And I'm sure Rick Good's got to be very pleased to have his star running back on his offense tonight.
There's a lot of stars out here tonight. It's kind of a nice little tale of the tape between the 2 running backs, and these are 2 guys I really wanted to watch.
Yeah.
You kind of see Xavier Williams. He's kind of more the power back, downhill, kind of in between the tackles. Of course, he could bounce it outside whenever he needs to, but he's kind of more, you know, goal line. You know, whatever you need him to do, he'll do it. Then you have Jaden Hart. I was kind of watching a little bit of film, and with kind of their high potent offense of Michigan City, how they spread the field, he'll go out and run a couple routes. You'll line him up at slot, you'll line him up at receiver, you'll line him up in the Wildcat. You know, they'll do whatever with him. He's kind of a gadget guy, and he can do it all. So I'm excited for this night, and I'm happy to do it with you, Jack.
Well, here's what Lake Central did while Xavier Williams was out. They passed the ball.
It's true.
And they passed the ball very effectively. Chase Kwiatkowski, the 6'2 junior, he has been so pivotal during that stretch where Xavier Williams was out. In fact, in Lake Central wins, Kwiatkowski, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's really been the X factor for this team, and he's got a 2-headed monster in that receiver room. And James Graham III and L.J. Richardson coming off one of his best games of his career last week.
Yeah, and we did a nice job talking to them. Obviously, the Talking with the Tribe hosted by Jack Thiel, everybody listening in. But, yeah, again, those are some nice receivers to have, but we kind of talked about it on Region Football Weekly. You don't want to say it's a blessing in disguise for somebody to go down, but who knows if they would have been able to find their passing game. What they did in the first 2 weeks with Xavier, all they did was pound the rock, and obviously, granted so, he's going to get some yards, but Now they kind of find their RPO. What they do, they fake the handoff and they throw. I see what they did a lot against the Port is they threw a lot of RPO slants over the middle. People kind of playing that run game and kind of throw it right over the linebacker. So it's very interesting to see what they'll do if Xavier kind of gets his snap count back, and we'll see how that balance works out.
Now there is some changes on the defense for the Indians. One of their best players at nose tackle, Tyrone Susner, is out in tonight's game. He's on the sidelines with a wrap around his arm. He had 21 tackles, 3 for loss, which is second on the team this year, so a big loss for them up front. But for Lake Central, it's been Jeffrey Lucas, the senior. An amazing story about him. His brother was the same way he was. Senior year, captain on the defense, really leading the charge. He's doing the same this year, 45 tackles, 5 for loss, and 1 interception. But this is a Lake Central defense. They've played pretty well. They can stop the run. We saw that against Crown Point. The pass game really hurt them in that loss against Crown Point. We're able to hold off LaPorte, who is a very heavy passing attack team. Might see the same here just because, look, we know how Jaden Hart can move with the football. We know he's electric out there. But we talked about it. Michigan City has 3 wideouts. Whenever they have the football, they're capable of taking over the game.
For sure. It sucks that Susanar is out. That's kind of that run stuffer in the middle of the defense. And they have a 4-man front, they actually run a 3-man front, so you kind of need that nose tackle. That's a very important part of the defense to kind of clog up lanes and let people like Lucas and the linebackers kind of make tackles like that. So we got to step up. Dylan Knasevich is stepping up in the nose tackle position. He's got to kind of fill that role as the run stuffer tonight.
Once again,
so that's a name to look out for.
Big game tonight. Mike Dewan, number 10 Michigan City, number 7 Lake Central. You're watching the Quintel Kickoff Show, one of our game nights built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I am proud that my family's been doing business here for nearly 100 years, which started with my grandfather, John Gladish. Over my career, I've witnessed families being torn apart by the negligence of others, and everything from unguarded openings at construction sites to reckless driving on our roads. Our experienced attorneys, paralegals, and staff know that insurance companies and their lawyers will go to great lengths to avoid paying compensation. Do not waste your one and only opportunity to seek fair compensation for your loss. Give the Gladish Law Group a call and put our team to work for you.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Experience the White Rhino, Chicagoland's premier bar and grill. Choose from a selection of mouth-watering lunch and dinner entrees. Like sports? Watch your favorite team on one of our 21 HD TVs. Plus, stick around for the best in late-night entertainment. Reserve our private loft for your next event. And be sure to check our drink selection with 125 beers to choose from. Dining, sports, nightlife. The White Rhino.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors. Plus, built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel. Building better together.
Welcome back to the Quintel Kickoff Show as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. Von Tobel, building better together, your local building material supplier and design center. Visit VonTobel.com to find out more. Now it's time for the Friday night forecast brought to you by our friends at the Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, well, DeWine, you kind of alluded it in.
It's a beauty.
It's a beautiful night as of right now in St. John, Indiana. 72 degrees, partly cloudy. You expect it to hit the middle 60s as we get, towards the end of this game. But like you said, it's a beautiful night for some football. Don't expect any rain, no snow for Northwest Indiana.
Hey, you never know. You never know up here, man. We'll get it all.
But, of course, the forecast, beautiful. And, of course, that's the Game Night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric heating and cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Now it's time for the starting lineup, sponsored by Gladish Law Group. Gladish Law Group, they're here to help. Actions, not words. And Mike DeWine, why don't you take us through that Gladish starting lineup for the Lake Central offense and Michigan City defense?
Sure thing, Jack. Let's start with the quarterback, Chase Kwiatkowski, the junior. Behind him will be Xavier Williams, but expect a mix of Marion Brooks as well, who's kind of been the lead back for these past 2 games, and Xavier Williams is absent. At the slot, we have Mason Lopez, the senior. At the fullback / tight end is Owen Denny, the senior. At the other receivers, we have James Graham, the third, and L.J. Richardson, the 2 big pass-catching threats of LCC in these past few weeks. And the line, we start with James Johnson, the left tackle. At left guard, Andy Alegria. At center is Brogan Dameron. At right guard is Matthew Kafka. And at right tackle is Jonathan Ross. For your Michigan City defense, at D-end, we have Adrian Holly, the junior, 6'6", 217. That's a name to look out for. At D-tackle, we have George Branch, the junior. And at D-tackle, the other D-tackle spot, we have Brett Kelly, the senior. At the other D-end spot, we have Thomas Farrell, who's also a senior. We got 4 linebackers for the Wolves. We got Michael Crawford, a junior, Jahari Branch, a senior, Caden Pierce, a senior, and Jevin Lewis, a senior. And two cornerbacks in Amarian Hodgkin and Damon Thomas, and the free safety is Gary Mitchell.
Now it's time for, once again, your Gladish Law Group starting lineups, but this time we'll go over to Michigan City offense and the Lake Central defense.
The City offense is led by Tyler Bush, 3-year starter, the senior. Then you have the Syracuse commit in the backfield, Jaden Hart. That's a name you will hear a lot of tonight. At the receivers, too, don't count them out as well. We got Benjamin Martin, Cameron Bell, and Elijah Collins, all seniors. The fullback, a tight end spot, we got Logan Moreland, a junior. And the linemen, the big boys, we got Deion Smith at left tackle. The Ball State committee's a senior. At left guard, we got Brandon Reynolds. At center, we have Jelani Kiner. At right guard, we have Lawrence Phillips. And at right tackle, we have Edgar Garcia. To round out your LC defense, we have Jamin Williams at D tackle, the junior. The nose tackle stepping up tonight is Dylan Klasnevich. At the other D tackle spot is Christian Gavin, a sophomore. For your linebackers, we got Chris Gavin, a senior. Your inside linebacker, Jeffrey Lucas, a name to look out for tonight, captain of that defense. The other inside linebacker, Tyler Betchich, a junior. Other linebacker, Matt Penman. Free safety is Michael Leak, junior. At cornerback, Mylan Davis, Amarian Brooks, the other corner, and at strong safety, Ryder Fernandez.
And, of course, that was your starting lineups for tonight's matchup, brought to you by our friends at Gladish Law Group. Gladish Law Group continues to be recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a top law firm. Visit GladishLaw.com for more information. And, of course, Langle's Pizza has been a favorite spot since 1979. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Langle serves Northwest Indiana from their 3 locations, Highland, Cherryville, and Crown Point. Order online at langlespizza.com. Langle's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. About 15 minutes before kickoff here at the Burial Grounds. If you're just joining us here on the Quintel Kickoff Show, we're at our game night built by Von Tobel, number 10 Michigan City, number 7 Lake Central. I'm Jack Thiel. Alongside me is Mike DeWine. We went over, some of the interesting storylines. Now time for your keys to the game. Let's start with the Wolves. 2 straight losses. They really need a win to get back on track, and they have an opportunity to do it against a team that they've played pretty well against over the years.
As basic as they sound, man, they got to start with scoring some points. They scored 7 points these past 2 weeks, scored 0 against Maryville and 7 against Valpo. So I think you got to start hot. Yeah. It was a long bus drive for them, so kind of thinking, you got to basically get on the bus right after school. It's a long drive from Michigan City to LC, so you got to kind of get over that first couple plays. Don't start flat. You got to start strong in front of this hostile crowd. I think that's kind of the biggest thing to kind of get them into this game.
Yeah, funny how you mentioned the travel time. When they're leaving, it's probably around rush hour as well, and that might be almost an hour drive, hour 15 minutes, depending on traffic. So
and you're on a bus.
Absolutely. So that travel time does come into play. Now for Lake Central, chance to go 3-1 in the DAC for the 2nd straight year. Last year when they did that, they lost the rest of their games of the year. But this team seems different. They seem more poised. They've got their Big Ten running back in the lineup tonight. They've got a quarterback who's really evolving into a dual-threat quarterback. What are the keys for Lake Central to win back-to-back games for the first time all year?
Right. I might go with the RPO, man. They've been running that super well. I do want to see, kind of the big question is how Xavier kind of gets back into that system, kind of shake the rust off a little bit. But I was watching a little bit of film on their game against LaPorte, and they run that RPO pretty well. When you have a run game going, Marion Brooks was solid last week, and then if you have Xavier Williams back, you got to respect the run game, kind of stack the box. Yeah. With that RPO, if you fake a handoff, Kwiatkowski makes the read, those linebackers step up from City, you could hit L.J. Richardson or James Graham in a slant over the middle, which they did a lot last week. So look for that. If that RPO's doing well against the City defense, expect big things for the Indians tonight.
I think my biggest thing I'm going to watch for is the line. For Lake Central defensive line, they haven't got much pressure this year. We talked about Susner out tonight. And the Michigan City line, they've got some big boys up front, especially Deion Smith, the Ball State commit. I'll be curious to see how much time Bush has in the pocket or how much room Hart has to run in the backfield. I think that's going to be very telling just because, like we said, Lake Central, not the best team at getting pressure on the quarterback. And we said, look, they can stop the run pretty well. They did a good job against Ellison when they played Crown Point a couple weeks ago here. But Noah Ehrlich in that game was able to throw the ball to his number one receiver, Landon Delich, in that second half. We'll see right here. We said Bush, he's got 3 wideouts that can really change the game. And that's going to be my big thing is how much time is Bush going to have in that pocket? Are we going to see more of an aggressive defense from Lake Central, or are we going to see some soft zones from them?
Yeah, we'll see. Sorry to interrupt, but they send a lot. They send a lot of pressure. I'll say. I was kind of watching film again, and they walk guys up left and right, and sometimes they drop some, sometimes they send them. So they scheme a lot, and they're going to try their best probably to fool the line and fool Tyler Bush. So we'll keep an eye on that, see how they kind of scheme around and try and trick them a little bit.
Yeah, this place is, as we're talking, is getting packed.
Yes, sir.
It's homecoming night like we talked about. I got here around 5:40, 5:50, and I can't tell you the amount of people that were tailgating, grilling some food.
Yep.
A lot of parents here supporting, the tribe. And, of course, the Michigan City fans made the trip, which you love to see as well. But, DeJuan, you've played high school football for the Munster Mustangs. You know the energy. You know kind of the homecoming week. The events you do during the week that lead up to the football game on Friday night. Kind of take me through that because that is a big thing. A lot of noise is going on that's not about the football field. You got the dance tomorrow night.
Right.
You got your Spirit Days. I believe they had some Powder Puff games going on too. The football players are very occupied with things outside of football. So as you went through those years as a Munster Mustang, kind of talk about your experiences during that HOCO week into the game.
Yeah, no matter what type of team you're fielding out there, success or no success, all eyes are on you that night. And it's a fun week. It's a very fun week, but it's a pressure week for you, especially as a senior. So you got to kind of turn to these senior leaders to really lead you. It's a trickle-down effect because, as they kind of mentioned in the newest episode of Talking with the Tribe, there's a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
No matter how you take it, there's a lot of distractions. And it's fun. It's all good fun, but you got to lock in for this game. But most importantly, this is probably one of the games on your schedule you really want to win because all eyes are on you. Everyone's here for different reasons, but you're the center of attention tonight, and you got to make that happen.
Yeah, Rick Good said it best when we talked to him. He said it's homecoming week. No matter who you're playing, people come out. A lot of alumni come out as well, support the team. This is a big week no matter who you play. Like we said, Michigan City is still a rival, but it's not your usual Munster or Crown Point game where that's a huge rival for them. This is a team that's about 45 minutes, an hour away. And this is one of the biggest turnouts that you usually see at the burial grounds. The student section is packed. The fans are all here. And we're almost set to get underway. But, of course, we're going to take a break as you're watching the Quintel Kickoff Show from our game night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors. Plus, built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel. Building better together.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
can't tell you the last time I used binoculars.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com. Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Proud of you.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to the Quintel Kickoff Show as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. Von Tobel building better together, live from the burial grounds, number 10 Michigan City, number 7 Lake Central. It's a conference matchup in our Doolin Athletic Conference. And with that being said, we're going to get set for the national anthem here, and stay tuned as right after the anthem, it's time to play some football. As you're watching the Quintel Kickoff Show, Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Must be homecoming.
An amazing performance right there on the field for the national anthem. Crowd's getting rowdy. They're ready for some Friday night football. So are we, Mike Dewan. A big thank you to everybody joining us on our game night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network. If you're just joining us, we have Zach Sinelli producing, Scott Stussel on camera, Mike Dewan, the color analysis, and I'm Jack Thiel with your play-by-play. So both teams are about to go out there and do the coin flip, decide who gets the ball first and who will be going which way. But Lake Central and their primary royal blue colors, and then the Michigan City Wolves wearing their white colors on the field. But a big game, Dawn. You got to feel, we talk about obviously Crown Point and Valpo not happening too far from here, number 1 and 2. Of course, Maryville. This is really in the middle of the DAC where one of these, you go on to Lake Central, for example, they win tonight 3-1 in the DAC. Same with Michigan City. If they win, they're back to 500 in the DAC as well. So, both of these teams, you may look at it like this game can really set themselves up for the year. For Michigan City, we know they have one really hard game left. That's Crown Point. Yep. They face the toughest opponents in Valpo and Maryville. Last one's Crown Point. For Lake Central, it's kind of just beginning for them. They have to go to Chesterton next week. That's a tough Chesterton team. Do not let that record fool you. Kept it close without their starting quarterback against Valpo last week.
Yeah.
And then after that, Maryville and Valpo. And you really do feel like, for Lake Central's sakes, this is just a must-win game because of who they have to play the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, you just got to look at the guys in front of you and make sure you take care of business. We can cross that bridge when we get there, but they just got to take care of business tonight, both teams. Coach French is kind of they beat Chesterton, but he's kind of looking for that staple win in the DAC. Chesterton, I know you can't really rule them as an easier win, but this is a big game. We're kind of looking for that team to kind of be in the mix with the Valpos and Crown Points and Maryvilles of the DAC, and we're kind of see who's in that upper echelon of the conference right now.
Well, it was decided. Still trying to see who won the toss. Teams are kind of getting set here, but I'll give you one interesting thing I'm looking out for is the kickoff returns. Both teams feature a player with a kickoff return this year. Amarion Brooks for Lake Central, he had a 93-yard touchdown return. And for the Michigan City Wolves, it was their receiver, Cameron Bell. He had a kickoff return as well. So both teams feature guys that can break loose on that opening kickoff. We've seen it before. Lake Central is set to receive first. Michigan City will kick the ball. Wasn't sure on who won the toss, but that's how it's going to shape up here.
I'll tell you what, this is this first kick of the game, it's a big momentum swing right here.
Absolutely.
As much as it's the first kick of the game, we know we have a great return team, and City's got to cover these guys. You know, the momentum could swing either way on this return, and they got to stop them here if they want to. You know, it's all a big kind of pendulum right here.
Two main returners for Lake Central, Marion Brooks and Michael Ligg. Those two guys are the main returners.
Let's play some ball, man. Let's have some fun.
Absolutely. I think everybody who's in attendance tonight, they've been itching for this one since Monday. Like you said, homecoming. They got the dance tomorrow, and you've got great representation for both teams at the Burial Grounds tonight.
Love this place, man. As much as I hate to say it, I like this place.
The former Mustang himself.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely one of my favorite fields I've ever played on, and it's just so cool that it's literally sunken in the ground.
Absolutely.
You can walk down to some of your seats, and they did it right here. I love it.
There's the whistle.
Let's play some ball, man. Let's do it.
And we are set to go. That one's up in the air. It's going to bounce and be picked up. Moves to his left, up the middle, brings a couple of Wolves with them, and goes to about the 34-yard line. That Quintel kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So Chase Kwiatkowski, the quarterback, will lead his offense on the field first. We talked about the junior, the stellar play as of late and wins. He's thrown 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, 469 yards, but this guy, he can run the ball too. Don't let that fool you. At 6'2" and 200 pounds, he is a hard man to bring down.
And look who walks out right behind him. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Williams is back on the field, hasn't played since week 2 against Providence Catholic. So we'll see the first snap. Kwiatkowski is going to hand it off to Williams, goes to his left, breaks a tackle up the middle and through past the 40-yard line, about 2 yards short of the first down marker. But a pretty positive sign from their star running back on his first carry.
I'm sure he's feeling a little juiced up now, get the rust off a little bit. So what they ran there, a little bit of a counter. They pulled the right side guard. Watch out for that backside. Again, that RPO is kind of a big thing they got to look out for. And if they get that run game early, they could throw it out of that read from Kwiatkowski.
And 2 games for his Williams, 42 carries, 277 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Here's the second one. Williams keeps it, goes to his left, trying to find some room, a little stiff arm. A tackle that almost could have been called a horse collar. It's not, but it will be a first down for Lake Central. And that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Kind of an awkward tackle.
Yeah, that was
there.
A close call. I don't know. It doesn't help that you're right in front of the LC sideline, too, and everyone's calling for it. But, you know, letting them play a little bit. Again, juices are kind of flowing high. Everyone's kind of trying to get acclimated to the crazy environment we got going right now.
We talked about the evolved pass game, but 2 runs so far in the early going. Kwiatkowski, he's going to keep it, drop back. He's got a man open, and it's caught down the middle and through at the 10-5. It's a touchdown for the Indians. James Graham III, the senior, catches his 4th touchdown of the year. And just like that, the Indians strike.
That's a good start. Hey, I think that all goes down to the run game. Little play fake right there. Had the slant over the middle. I think it was man-to-man coverage. Got him on that nice move, and it was a great ball from Kwiatkowski there.
Well, we talked about it, how well they run the RPO, how well they did it without Williams. Now the defense has to focus so much on the star running back. You have plays like that happen when you have 2 receivers like James Graham III and L.J. Richardson as the extra point is up and through. Those types of plays are going to be open for you. And Chase Kwiatkowski talking about dropping it in a bucket. I mean, beautiful throw, and that's how you want to start the game if you're Lake Central.
No kidding.
Well, all that excitement here at the Burial Grounds. It took 3 plays for our first touchdown of the night. Staying here, as you know, one thing about high school is they make the game pretty quick on the field. You know, sometimes you see it being slow for a kickoff, but they're already set to go, and here comes the kicking team for the Indians.
Yeah, dude, it's weird. Like, when I started working here, this is my first season really covering, and I feel like as a player, games would take so long. Yeah. And now when you're kind of as a spectator, even working, they speed this up. It's very interesting to kind of look at the outside, but it's like night and day, I think.
Just a reminder, you're watching RSN Game Night presented by Von Tobel. Von Tobel, building better together, with locations in Valpo, Cherville, and Michigan City. Check out VonTobel.com to find out more. So here is going to be the Quintel kickoffs, and of course this kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So Michigan City, we'll see how they'll answer here, as here's the kick. Up in the air, and this one looks to be returned. And there goes the returner up the middle, makes a move to his left, now goes to the far sideline, and is just going to run out of bounds near about the 30-yard line.
Look at Cameron Bell there.
Yep.
Again, another big play threat, could do it all. And again, special teams, you really got to cover it. We've seen two kind of decent returns to kind of win momentum on both sides. So don't count out special teams. It's a third of the game, everybody.
On the year, Cameron Bell averages 48 yards per kickoff return. So
that's not bad.
You do have to watch out for that. Now it's time for the senior quarterback, Tyler Bush. See what he can respond with from the core. Syracuse commit running back Jaden Hart. Michigan City, they do like to spread their offense with Martin, Collins, and Bell. Of course, look out for their tight end, Logan Moreland, as well. First handoff to Hart. Breaks a tackle on the sideline, tiptoes, knocked out of bounds. Might be a first down. It was very close.
I think they're going to mark him a little bit short there.
Yep, they're going to mark him a little bit short. 2nd and 1 on the 28-yard line.
Yeah, you see there, they had him in the slot, so you could line him really up anywhere. He's kind of gadget dude. Put him anywhere you want, he'll make a play.
So a good start for Michigan City trying to respond. That one's kept by Bush. He goes up the middle. Might have been stuffed right about that first down marker, and they're going to send him forward. So that is a first down. That's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. So 2 plays. First down, Lake Central. They scored a touchdown. 2 plays, first down for Michigan City. Let's see how they do here on their third play.
Yeah, Tyler Bush is a tough one to take down. He can run it, too, as much as he has the passing stats. He's got 27 carries for 152 yards. He's 6'2", 215.
Yep.
So he could run it.
Rolls to his right, looking to throw this one. No one open, but he's got one down the field, and that's incomplete. Good coverage there by the Indians. That looked to be number 21, Michael League, the free safety on the pass deflection.
Just threw it a little bit behind him. Looks like they had kind of a sail concept there. Had it out in front of him, then a kind of a corner pylon route behind it, and just missed him there. We'll get back at it on this down, but that's the thing with Michigan City. They kind of mix it up a little bit. They'll run it, they'll throw it, but they'll spread the field as much as they can.
The first passing play by the Wolves, and on 2nd down, a handoff to Hart. Nowhere really to go. Might have picked up 2 yards on that 2nd down carry. A good job by the Lake Central defense. We talked about it. If anything's been going well for them on defense, it's been able to stop the run.
Yeah, they really impressed me against Crown Point. They've played Crown Point the best up to this point, and they stopped the run against Crown Point, I'd say. If there's a strong suit for this defense, I'd say that's one to look at.
So a big play here early in the game, 3rd and 8 with under 10 minutes to go. Michigan City on their own 41. Lake Central leads 7-0. Bush, he's going to keep it. He drops back, throw, and drop just off the hands. That looked to be on the receiving end of the Wolves, number 81. And that's going to be an incompletion, and Michigan City will have to punt it. Mylan Davis on the coverage.
Yeah, they dialed up some pressure there a little bit. Again, that kind of like we were saying in the pregame. I noticed that they walk guys up and drop some and bring other guys that aren't walked up. So watch out for that, but they're going to scheme up things to try and fool this Michigan City O-line.
Their punter is their quarterback, Tyler Bush. He averages about 40 yards per punt. Some whistles being blown here, as we'll have a timeout for Michigan City. And while we have a timeout, Mike, let's just go over. We've had a lot of action if you're just joining us for Lake Central. 3 plays and a huge passing touchdown by Chase Kwiatkowski to James Graham III. It appears Michigan City will punt the ball here. We talked about their offensive struggles coming into tonight's game, but a lot of energy just in 3-4 minutes in the early going.
We barely got our feet wet, man. We're already getting points on the board. Yeah, that's big for LC. You know, it's, of course, going down in 3 plays and scoring and getting the crowd into it, then getting a stop on the second set of downs. So just you got to keep answering if you're LC. And then, you know, City, you got to make a stop. That's it. You can't let this crowd get too into it. Can't let the team get all juiced up as this momentum keeps building for them.
Yeah, we saw 2 passes by the Wolves, both incomplete. The only times they gained yards were rushes by Hart. 2 carries were pretty good, but then kind of the last carry didn't really go much anywhere for him. So it looks like we will have a punt here. I believe that is Amarion Brooks, the returner for the Indians. So here's the snap. It's a punt, high in the air, not much distance though. It's going to take a bounce, kind of favors the Lake Central way. Actually, kind of goes Michigan City's way. Took a late backspin and now rolls to about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Lake Central. We saw 2 rushes by Xavier Williams, and we saw the passing. Kind of that RPO is what's going to work for them tonight. That's what that seems to be the recipe for success.
It's the bread and butter. It's a new wave, man. You see a lot of teams do that now, especially when you have a running back like Xavier. I mean, it's a nice little scheme, and they got the receivers and the quarterback to do so, and they've ran it well so far, and expect more of it.
3 receivers out there. Xavier Williams, the running back, he's going to hand it off and keep it himself, and bulldozes right through, just short of a first down. But another good carry by the senior running back.
Yeah, nice block by the big fella, Andy Alegria. They pull him a lot. They've pulled him twice so far, and kind of that counter. They pull the backside guard. They have him at left guard, but I think he's on the right side tonight. But he's a guy to run behind, it seems, so far. He's leading the charge, and he's helping Xavier chug for those yards.
So 2nd and 2 on the 37-yard line. Xavier on the right of Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski's going to keep it, drops back, a quick pass to his receiver, and caught. That's going to be a first down and some more for Lake Central. That was L.J. Richardson on the grab, and that is a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Yeah, it's an extension of the run game there. You know, using the width of the field all the way, and you got to guard it all when you're playing LC as well as you got to guard it when you're playing City. So it all stems from the dominant run game, and especially having Williams back for them.
The 49-yard line now. They've been really doing a good job moving the ball when they can. Kwiatkowski hands it off to Williams, up the middle, chugs his way towards the Michigan City 45. And still another run and another positive yard gain for this Indians offense.
Another counter to that left side. This time I think they pulled Alegria, and also Owen Denny, got to give a shout-out to him. He had a little angry block right there. They're just pulling guys. They're running, you know.
Can't blame them. They've got James Johnson at 6'4", 260 on that left side.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, it's and it seems to be working now. So watch out for that counter to that left side.
You got Richardson on the bottom of your screen. James Grant up top. Kwiatkowski's going to hand it off to Williams and tackled. Nicely done right there. Wrap the legs. That's number 11, Jahari Branch on the tackle.
Needed that. Needed to play behind the line. Kind of slow up this LC offense. They got everything going for them right now, and this is the big 3rd down right here.
Yep, 3rd and 5, about the 46-yard line. Lake Central trying to add on to their lead. It was a hot start for them. You've also got, for the Indians, Mason Lopez out there, so 3 receivers. Richardson on the bottom of your screen. Graham's the 3rd, and Lopez on the top. Kwiatkowski hands it off, up the middle, and through. It looks like he just got enough for a first down, and that one is number 22 on the carry.
I think Michael Crawford there with the tackle. Got him just beyond the line to gain. Tough to give up for City. Got to lock in here and at least try and hold him to 3 here. Get a win for that defense.
A little bit of trickery. You take Xavier Williams out on 3rd and 5, and you still run the football.
You know, when the O-line's working like that, you could throw me back there just now, and, you know, we'll be all right. You could throw me or you or
not
our producer or anybody here.
Not me. So Kwiatkowski's going to keep it. Another quick pass to Richardson on the outside. Makes a man miss and makes his way towards the 30-yard line. And he might have got the first down on that catch. Marker is right there. And they are going to mark that a first down. So that's a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Second catch by Richardson. And both of his catches have been that extension of the run game you mentioned.
Ooh, when you got the receivers on the outside, it's very nice for Kwiatkowski. And got to shout out Jonathan Ross there. Had a nice block on that smoke screen. The 6'2", 225 right tackle, senior. Again, they got a nice O-line. They're chugging right now.
Xavier Williams back out there after missing the last 2 plays. Williams now with it to his left, down the sideline and brought down at the 26-yard line. Michael Crawford, the tackler for the Wolves. And going back to the Indians and L.J. Richardson, now including tonight's game, he has 37 targets and only 3 drops.
He's been working on those hands on those offseason, man. Must have the jug machine somewhere in his backyard.
But we asked, what is going to be the limitations on Williams? As of right now, there's no limitations.
He's feeling good, man. You got this crowd behind you. You feel like he could do anything.
Yep.
No matter how you're feeling.
Kwiatkowski, he's going to keep it. He drops back, looks to his left, and finds a man at the 20-yard line. That is number 6 on the grab, Owen Denny. His second catch of the year. And that's going to be a Lake Central first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Spreading the love around now.
Absolutely.
Spreading the love. Second catch of the year. Again, it's all kind of stepping. A little bit of play action there. Kwiatkowski and Williams sells it well, and those receivers, they just get open, make the play, and another first down for the Indians.
Yep, Williams on the right of Kwiatkowski. And Williams now with it. Bounces off to his right. Stiff arms it. Uses his leg. Turns and dives for the first down marker. Looks like he might be short. It's right at that line. I believe Jahari Branch was on the tackle as well for the Wolves. It was a gain of 9. But still, once again, another Lake Central play where there's positive yards.
I think there's only been one play so far that has gone for negative. So it's... Again, they're just riding that momentum. That's all I could really say. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Williams is churning his legs right now. He's looking good.
2nd and 1, and that's capped by the quarterback. And he's brought down, but it is going to be enough for a first down, which is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Yeah, when you're doing so well with Williams, you also got to respect Kwiatkowski's ability to scramble, and that's kind of what he did in these past few games. He was kind of that lead back alongside of Marion Brooks, and now when you get Williams back, you kind of have that another element to really work on. So.
Yeah, and for Lake Central, I know the game plan was to get the ball out quick because on Michigan City, they have a guy named Adrian Holly. 24 tackles, 8 for loss, and 3 sacks. He's 6'6", 217 on the defensive end. He's only a junior. So I bet you for Lake Central, they said, look, we do not want him to touch our quarterback at all tonight.
Yeah, and they got him lined up. I think he's on – I'm trying to see who's on that left side because that's where they're predominantly running the ball all game. I don't know if they're running away from him. Sometimes teams run –
quick pass and caught. Actually, no, I think they're going to say incomplete maybe. Actually, no, it is a catch. And James Graham III has his second touchdown of the night. A quick throw from the junior quarterback and an early 13-0 lead.
Yeah, good RPO again. That's the name of the game right now. It's when you got a run game going like that, pull it out of the RB's chest. You find that outside linebacker creeps up, and if he takes a step trying to get hungry for a tackle, he pulls it, hits the slant across the middle. That's 2 for James Graham tonight.
Yeah, it was hard to see if he caught that one or not. The line or the official there kind of didn't give us the signal right away. The extra point is good. And the Indians lead 14-0. We're going to take a break as we're watching Game Night on the Region, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I am proud that my family's been doing business here for nearly 100 years, which started with my grandfather, John Gladish. Over my career, I've witnessed families being torn apart by the negligence of others, and everything from unguarded openings at construction sites to reckless driving on our roads. Our experienced attorneys, paralegals, and staff know that insurance companies and their lawyers will go to great lengths to avoid paying compensation. Do not waste your one and only opportunity to seek fair compensation for your loss. Give the Gladish Law Group a call and put our team to work for you.
Back here on our game night built by Von Tobel. And there's the kick. That one will bounce in the end zone. It's a touchback. And, of course, Von Tobel, building better together. It's their local building material supplier and design center. Visit VonTobel.com to find out more. And that kickoff was brought to you by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. So, Dewan, here we are, 14-0 Lake Central. Michigan City still trying to get out of that offensive slump. Their first drive didn't go the way they wanted to, and now it's even more important to find an answer before it's too late.
Yeah, they're due for a big play. They're slumping bad right now. It's they got to get some momentum on their side. It's been zapped out pretty quick, and who knows? Again, like we were saying,
as there's the handoff on the first play. He's got some room and is able to reach out to about the 27-yard line. A good first play by the Wolves.
As I was saying, though, we mentioned that the long bus drive. You can't really start out flat against LC in front of this environment, and City's done that. So they dig themselves a hole, and they could dig themselves out of it. So they got to start this drive.
So 2nd and 3 now at about the 27-yard line, with just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Handed off to Hart. Hart up the middle, but he is swarmed by the Indians. A couple of guys on that one. Jeffrey Lucas, one of the guys, but as well, number 96, Dylan Knefvich.
Stepping up. That was kind of the big, three-man front usually. That nose tackle, you got to clog up lanes, give your linebackers room to run, but you got to respect Jamin Williams too, who had a nice little pressure there to have make Hart make that first move.
Another big third down for the Wolves. Handoff. That's going to be a first down and some more. Jaden Hart on the carry, and just about the 38-yard line. And, of course, that first down and all the first downs are brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
Ooh, he's quick. He makes a cut on a dime, man. He's once he plants that foot, it's game over.
I think, even though you're down by 14, it's important for Michigan City to still establish that run game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of football left to be played.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Here's the first down for the Wolves. Pulls it back. That's going to be a deep pass, and out of the reach of the receiver. It was overthrown. That looks to be 80. Number 80, Kyron Hart, the freshman, the intended receiver.
Yeah, just go route there. Go get it. He looked like he had him for a little bit. Had to kind of weave around a defender to try and get to that ball. And, again, it can't really be behind the chains now. You kind of want to mix up the offense, but that run game, it seems to be doing a little bit better than the past so far. So
for Michigan City, I think you're going to have to take those types of shots
Yeah.
throughout the game. You're going to need those big plays to really get the momentum back to your side. So here is the handoff, and the jet sweep goes nowhere. A good job by the Indians. Number 48, Christian Gavin, was there for Lake Central, and it's going to be another third down for the Wolves.
Good play by the sophomore. D-tackle getting all the way out there against the fast Cameron Bell. And, yeah, a lot of blue hats to the ball, we say. A lot of hats, chasing the ball, pursuing, the width of the field, and it's, again, forcing City to another 3rd and long.
So Bush gets his signs, and he's got 3 receivers on the bottom of your screen, 1 on the top. It's 3rd and 9, and Bush is going to drop back. Deep throw up the middle, and just too much for his receiver, number 1, Cameron Bell. And it's going to be 4th down for Michigan City.
Tough. Almost had him up the seam there. Elsie did a good job kind of containing that. I don't know. Nothing can get really going right now. Got to find just that one play to get him back on track, but another, kind of early punt in the downs for City.
2 plays where just the quarterback overthrew his receiver a little bit. You can see they're trying to attack the secondaries of the Indians. And we talked about Lake Central, they've shown that they can stop the run, but their pass game defense has been iffy a couple of times. That punt, wow, what a great bounce right there for the punter. That's going to go all the way about to the 29-yard line. It bounced at the 40-yard line.
Get you a quarterback that could do it all, man.
Yeah, like we said, the average is about 40 yards per punt.
It's not bad.
And, this is another big drive. I mean, for Michigan City, get a defensive stop. For Lake Central, they can really keep their foot on the gas pedal, set the tone. Although they've scored 2 touchdowns their first 2 drives, both by the passing attack of Chase Kwiatkowski and James Graham III, man, scoring 3 touchdowns in 3 drives. I mean, that will just elevate your momentum and your confidence.
Yeah, for sure. It's the big question, isn't it? I mean, how would this offense kind of gel together? Of course, getting a talent like Williams back, but we talked about how far their passing game has come in his absence. And it seems to be a smooth transition. Practice obviously went very well this week, and it seems no growing pains at all for the Tribe so far.
So we'll see what Lake Central does here.
I think we got 22 in the backfield now for LC.
He's had a couple of carries so far.
Surprised to not see Brooks out there yet. He's kind of the more shiftier guy, kind of extend the field width-wise.
That's Brody Ramirez, the freshman.
Oh, no
And there's
kidding.
Ramirez on that first play. Nowhere to go. A good job by Michigan City to really stuff him there. A couple of Wolves, but from our vantage point, you have at least number 30 who was there first. And now it's second down.
That's a fun way to spend your HoCo Friday night as a freshman, playing varsity against our 10th-ranked Michigan City Wolves. That's a nice little story to have.
So 2nd and 8 on the 26-yard line with 2:20 to go. Ramirez still out there for the Indians. Kwiatkowski, quick pass. Richardson handles it. Gets knocked out to about the 34-yard line.
I wonder if that's just like a little hot route they got.
Yeah.
If the DB's playing off, I'll fake the handoff a little bit, pull it, hit you right, little quick out, quick hitch, and we'll get a couple yards. It's kind of the telepathy between these two. It's a lot of hours of practice together, kind of working on that hot route.
And that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. So Lake Central keeps stacking up those first downs. Kwiatkowski hands it off to his running back up the middle and stuffed right there. A couple of bodies, but noticeably number 90, Deshaun Lewis, the 6'1", 337-pound senior, was right there.
That's a big boy. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
You don't want to go up against
No, thank you. No, thank you. That's a big boy, and he seems to be moving well out there. Yeah, no thank you.
So they'll give him a yard on the carry. It is Ramirez still out there. Usually Amarion Brooks is the backup to Xavier Williams. Kwiatkowski's going to lose the ball. It's on the ground. And let's see. It's a pile. Michigan City might have got it. It looks like they did. They're pointing fingers that way. And Michigan City has the football. A huge change right there as Kwiatkowski on that RPO kept him himself but couldn't handle the football. And the Wolves jump on it for the first time. They're going to be in Lake Central's territory.
Those reads are so tough because you kind of got a battle of 2 alpha males there. You got a guy that wants the ball, and you got a quarterback that wants to keep the ball. So you don't know if you want to put it in his belly.
Yeah.
And as the running back, you want to rip that ball away from the quarterback. You want the football, and the quarterback's doing the same thing. He wants to keep it. So that was kind of a problem that LC was kind of facing. There was a lot of fumbles, I'd say, where just figuring out who's going to have the ball there, who's going to keep it, and they stuff her there. And that's a big play for City to get this offense a short field.
Yeah, this is a big chance for them to respond. Bush on the first play. Some pressure, breaks it, now goes to his right and is brought down. A great job on the move, number 48, Christian Gavin. He did not give up on that play and brought down Bush for no gain. But I'm not saying you're throwing the game away in that fumble, but on the Michigan City offense that hasn't done much compared to a Lake Central offense who has done much, you're giving Michigan City a gift, having them have the ball now on the Lake Central 39-yard line.
Yeah.
You look back at the box score and you're like, that's the play that maybe changed something.
Yeah, you got to do something here now. It's
well, there's Jaden Hart, the carry, breaks a couple of tackles, and looks like about a 5 to 6 yard gain on the carry. So it's going to be a third down for Michigan City. I think for Michigan City, it's 4 down territory. You got a blessing right here. You got the ball. were the best field position all night, and you've got to make something out of it before it's too late.
Got to walk away with points. Yeah, you look at what Maryville did against them last week. They also have a struggling offense right now, and they scored 17 points as a team. Their defense had 14 of them.
So you got 2 receivers on the top, 1 on the bottom. Bush is going to keep him himself. Has a lot of time up the middle. He's going to have to make a move. Breaks the tackle, stays on his feet. Now makes a run for it. It's a first down and some more. He is brought down by Jeffrey Lucas, but the elusiveness from the quarterback keeps the play alive, and a first down for the Wolves.
Yeah, his 6'2", 215 frame might deceive you. He's got a little wiggle in his cleats, man. He moves around pretty well for his size, and got to give credit to the LCDBs. They've been holding up really well against these receivers of City.
And that first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Timeout called on the field. Michigan City, they keep the drive alive here. Actually, it's the end of the first quarter as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
You're watching Region Sports Network coverage of high school football presented by one of our game nights built by Von Tobel. Start of the second quarter, Lake Central up 14-0 on Michigan City, but the Wolves are threatening right now at the LC 22-yard line after the first down run by the quarterback Tyler Bush. Hands it off to his D1 commit running back Hart, who has a pretty nice gain, about 8 yards.
Yeah, he's quick. Again, part 2. He's still quick. Jeffrey Lucas probably a touchdown-saving tackle there. When he gets a full head of steam, and he can move. Again, he's not probably as girthy as Xavier Williams, but he's quick and he can power through some tackles.
2nd and 2 now. And there's another handoff. Hart goes to his right, makes a man miss, and is brought down past the first down marker. So a good start to the quarter for the Wolves. That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Sure, with how awesome this environment is, man. Someone's grilling out right now. I smell it, man. It's with all these reeds you have with food and stuff like that. It's making me hungry. It's an awesome.
LC is grilling touchdowns, and probably one of the parents is grilling some hot dogs and burgers.
You're so good with the puns, Jack Deal.
All right. Hart with the handoff once more, pushes his way, a flag on the play. Hart about a 3-4 yard gain. We'll see what the flag is here.
First flag of the night. Pretty clean game so far.
It is.
I probably just jinxed it, but it's
not much laundry.
Yeah. Well-coached teams, we could say.
We'll see what they call this. It was in the area of where Hart was running. It's going to be a face mask on the defense. And that's going to help Michigan City very much.
Reset the chains.
Not sure if it was on Jaden Hart or one of the O linemen on that face mask.
Yeah, it's tough to call.
Well, the reason why I bring that up is because the flag was thrown before Hart was even touched.
That's a good point.
So I believe it was one of the O linemen who kind of was on the tough end of a face mask.
Good call by the ref.
But now look at, they're all the way about the 3-yard line. You think Hart's probably going to run this one in. Bush is going to keep it himself. Tries to bulldoze his way in the end zone. He got pushed in, and no signal yet. and it's going to be a touchdown for the Wolves. Got a little push from his O-lineman there, and Michigan City has a touchdown. They break the slump, and after that costly fumble by Chase Kwiatkowski, a good response by Michigan City.
Yeah, the first touchdown, I think, in a game and a half.
It's been a while.
I think. So that's good to shake off the rust for the offense. And, again, short field. They credit to the defense, and they made them pay.
Well, you know what they say in basketball is the extra point is good. Is when you have a slumping shooter, all you need is to see the ball to go in the hoop.
Yeah.
For football, all you need to see is that ball go through the end zone.
That's true.
And that's probably what we might see here tonight, just because – like you said, it's about a game and a half where Michigan City hasn't scored. Now they finally score. Like you said, maybe you just need to see that one touchdown happen. That weight's off your shoulders, all that frustration. Why can't we score a touchdown? They have the touchdown. And, look, Lake Central, they started with all gas, no brakes. Although they're still in the lead, it seems like some of that momentum has shifted towards the Wolves' side.
It's all game momentum. I love this quote from NBA bench player Dion Waiters, but I'd rather shoot 0 of 30 than 0 of 9 because that means I stopped shooting.
Talk about.
So you just got to keep trying. I mean, keep trying. And, finally they get the rust shaken off their boots, and maybe that's kind of a precursor for more touchdowns to come for City.
Well, cross off Dion Waiters off your bingo card tonight.
To name drop him in my first time on the air, that's something else. So
just a reminder, you're watching RSN Game Night presented by Von Tobel. Von Tobel, building better together with locations in Valpo, Schererville, and Michigan City. Check out VonTobel.com to find out more. And, of course, never too early to mention this. Stay tuned for the Hose Connection halftime show where we connect the first half and the second half of tonight's game. Presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. In a little bit, we're going to do our Strack Van Til scoreboard update. We know this one, of course, is 14-7 Lake Central. Last time I checked, Valpo Crown Point tied at 0.
Oh.
And here is the kickoff, a little bit short and caught. The returner goes up the middle, brings a couple Wolves with them in great starting position for the Indians. They'll start out around the 41-yard line as that kickoff is brought to you by and presented Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. All right, Mike DeWan, Lake Central. It's been a little bit since we've seen him on the field. That fumble, Michigan City possessed the ball for a little long time, and, got to get that, swallow that tough pill. You fumbled the ball, you gave up a turnover. You got to go back to what worked in those first two drives, which was touchdowns.
Yeah, I think they put Williams back in. I think it was the freshman back in there on the fumble. And again, it's just building that chemistry between the quarterback and the running back.
Williams is out there. He's going to have it for the first snap. Goes to his left. Stiff arm, breaks a tackle, and his tackle down the sideline. Might have been just short of that first down marker he is, but at about the 50-yard line. And what we've seen from Xavier Williams is every carry has at least been 4 or 5 yards, it seems.
Yeah, he loves bouncing it outside. I kind of had this misconception that he was kind of more of a downhill guy, keeping it in between the tackles, and he likes bouncing it out. If everything's kind of clogged in the middle, he could cut on a dime and he could make a play on the corners.
So it'll be 2nd and 1 on that 50-yard line. You assume a handoff to Williams right here with only 1 yard to go. And there is the handoff. Williams gets the first down and some more. So once again, Lake Central moving the chains. They've done that very well here in the first half, as that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, now at the 46-yard line of the Michigan City Wolves.
Counter to the left. That's their bread and butter this game, and it's working. I expect the pass coming up here soon, I think. Their run game's working well, and I think they're going to fake that counter to the left and maybe try and throw a slant over the middle or something. But
yeah, they've worked that left side with James Johnson and Andy Allegria. Looks like some whistles being blown
it's
here.
It's working. It's great blocking so far, and Williams is doing his part with the ball. So
you've got Lopez and I believe that's Graham on the bottom of our screen, and you got, it looks like L.J. Richardson on the top. And there's another quick pass by the Indians. It's caught and pushed out of the sideline. A little late hit right there. Nothing called. L.J. Richardson on the catch.
He's going to be a solid. He's only a junior. He's going to be a solid piece next year.
You like your junior football play.
The amount of times I brought up juniors in our Region Football Weekly episode, yesterday was ridiculous, but it's true. You're looking at all these teams recovering, especially some of the better teams in the area. They have some solid juniors. It's something's in the water around these areas, and NWI football's alive and well.
2nd and 5 now. Kwiatkowski hands it off. Williams makes a cut, but is brought down at about the 40-yard line. It's probably the best job the Michigan City defense has done on a Xavier Williams run. Now it's about 3rd and 4 on the 40-yard line with 9:40 and counting. Lake Central leads 14-7. It is, from the Lake Central side point at least, a sold-out crowd. I mean, the stadium's packed.
This is awesome. We got a lot of standing room, man.
You got parents, families, alumni, students all here celebrating. 3rd down, and Kwiatkowski keeps it, tries to make some room, and a good job by the defense, really limiting him there on the play. You had a couple of guys. Number 0, Caden Pierce, was one of the guys on the stop as well. It looked like I want to say it was 6, Thomas Farrell as well. So 4th down. This is the first 4th down for the Indians tonight.
I was going to say my very unofficial scorecard, but that was the LC's first 3rd down play, and now it looks like the offense is on the field.
Yeah, they are on Michigan City's side.
Unless they got a quarterback that can punt too.
About 4 yards ago, you do have Williams out there. Kwiatkowski's going to keep it. He drops back, rolls to his right. Williams on the catch, and I don't think he got it. He was stuffed right there. That was number 11, Jahari Branch, on the tackle for the Wolves, and it's not enough for a first down. What a stop by the senior linebacker, all by himself, tackling Xavier Williams.
Yeah, that's a tall task. And in that case, you got to go low on a big body like him who could break tackles. You got to take out the legs. You can't move without your legs. So it's LC there. Looks like they had kind of a sail concept again. They had Williams in the flat and an outside post, kind of a little bit down the field, and it opened up. And Branch made a great play, and first down Wolves.
So for Lake Central, 2 straight touchdowns, a fumble, and turnover on downs. Bush keeps himself, goes to the left across the 40, and just jogs outside. But we mentioned Lake Central. They had those 2 quick touchdowns, and since then 2 turnovers. And Michigan City scored on that first one. A second one could mean they tied a game.
Yeah, it's not a short field. Not as short as a field as much as probably the City offense would like, but beggars can't be choosers, they say. So it's a great stop by the defense. And, again, the offense, maybe they shake off that rust. Maybe they kind of, get the ball rolling here, put 2 straight scoring drives together. So we'll see. We'll see.
Bush got about 2 yards on that carry on the 41. Bush now to his right, a little bit of an option, keeps him himself. He's brought down, but near the first down marker. Looks like that was 95 for the Indians.
Triple option there, I think. I like the little fake pitch there. That was kind of put that defender in space, kind of in that uncomfortable zone.
Is this the Navy midshipmen or the Michigan City Wolves?
We'll see. I love me some midshipman offense. That's my favorite team to play in. That's my favorite team to rebuild in college football.
There you go.
So I love the option.
3rd and 2 now. Another 3rd down for Michigan City. Bush hands it off to his star running back. He gets a first down and some more and crosses the 50-yard line. So Hart, he's been another tough guy to stop. As, of course, that first down for Michigan City is presented by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on their web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
That's City's fifth.
We've had a lot of
first downs
in this first
LC
half.
has 8.
Yeah.
Again, very unofficial scorecard for me, but I'm going to take it as I leave it.
There's Hart on the handoff to his left and is stuffed on the run. You had number 28 for the Indians, Ryder Fernandez, as well as Dylan Knezovich. I think also Tyler Besic was there on the tackle as well for the Indians.
They've been rotating 28, and we need to get a name on that. I think he had the carry there instead of Hart. But, yeah, they're kind of moving guys in and out, keeping Hart fresh, keeping guys, Well,
Hart is out there with the Syracuse gloves as Bush rolls to his right, looking for a man. And that one poorly thrown. Right there was a good play. It was 48, Christian Gavin, the defensive tackle, kind of covering that area. Yeah. And it's going to be another Michigan City third down.
DT getting out there, 6'1", 210. He can kind of move. That's kind of almost linebacker weight right there.
From the film room, especially against LaPorte, a lot of guys are moving. You know, usually you have your big guys up front and they just stay there. They have a lot of fluctuating pieces, a lot of guys motioning around. You know, no one's just standing there.
It's all personnel. It's they got some guys that do some crazy stunts with. Looks like we got a reverse here.
Oh, look at that. Now on the right side, he breaks the tackle, trying to find some room. He's not going to get the first down. It was a good stop right there by the Indians. Number 17, Elijah Collins, was the one on the carry. It looks like you had Besic there on the stop, as well as Jeffrey Lucas. Fourth down. Do you consider this fourth down territory?
The thing which is nice is you got a quarterback that could punt it. That's the worst as somebody, who played defense a lot. When you got a quarterback that could punt.
Well, they're expecting a play right here, and they're running the ball pretty quick. And he might have jumped. Let's see what the call is here. There was some movement on the line. Michigan City is pointing that way.
Got him.
And that's a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to result in a first down for the Wolves. A tough break there for the Indians. That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, but we're seeing some sloppy-ish play from the Indians since those touchdowns. We talked about the fumble, the turnover on downs, and now on 4th and 5, you jump off sides and allow Michigan City to get an automatic first down.
Yeah, you can't really do that, man. You want to get your defense off the field at that point, especially with City, although they don't really have those big plays like they usually do. They're kind of clicking. They're moving the ball slowly but surely, and that's a killer.
Hart with the carry, a little spin move, and was able to kind of turn nothing into something, 4 yards on the gain. And what's being untold in the box score is Michigan City's time of possession. They've really kept the ball out of Lake Central's hands when they can.
Yeah, I forgot to start my timer on these time of possession, so we don't have that in our scorecard. But it's
but we're already under 6 minutes.
I know
this
has flown by, and LC obviously their 2 scores have been 2 pretty quick scoring drives, and it's the complete opposite for City.
2nd and 7 now. Another handoff. Actually, no, it's a pass. Bush finds a man and passes the 30. Now tackled at the 20-yard line. What a play right there on the catch is number 28 for Michigan City. Looks like maybe the name is Blankenship.
Dante Blankenship, I think.
On the catch.
There. Yeah, nice little play action there. Kind of had him, I think, at an H-back type deal and kind of just slipped him out in the flat, got lost, and another first down for City.
Yep, now at the 20-yard line in the red zone. Hart out there. 2 receivers on the top of your screen, 1 on the bottom. And Bush hands it off to Hart. Hart makes a move to his left, a stiff arm. A little quick move. Lost his footing, but was able to dive just in front of that 15-yard line. 2nd and 6 now. But, yeah, you mentioned it. Xavier Williams, he's going to be that bruiser guy. Jaden Hart's the guy that makes you miss with his jukes. He's nifty out there. He's elusive.
They're both just so solid.
Yeah.
It's my first time seeing them play, and these are kind of players to really check off my bucket list. And it's been box office so far. These guys are the real deal, and there's a reason why they're going to their respective schools once this year concludes.
4 receivers out there for the Wolves. 1 in motion now. Bell, that was. He goes back, and Hart right there, nowhere to go. That play was blown up by the Indians. Looked like 93, Jamon Williams, one of the guys who broke that line pretty early. And it's a little early to mention, but for Michigan City, they do get the ball next half.
True.
So being able to score here, maybe get a stop, and they have a lot of potential just because the score here ties the game. They get the ball after halftime, and the way their defense has played in the last couple of minutes, they could really put themselves in front, by the time we go to halftime.
Yeah, they flipped this game around from a momentum standpoint.
Absolutely.
This pendulum has kind of shifted more towards City, and they could really capitalize here, but this is a big
man
third
in
down.
Motion, and we might have another
for LC.
Person on LC jump off sides. That was Elijah Collins who was in motion. And that's what's going to be encroachment, 5-yard penalty. And that will help Michigan City. I believe that's going to be another automatic first down on a penalty.
That'll be 3rd and 5 we got.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, it's still going to be
3rd and 5 on
no
the
personal
15-yard line now with 4:05 to go.
Yeah, another killer. Third and 5 is a lot easier than 3rd and 10. We'll say that.
Yeah, Kyron Hart on the bottom of your screen all by himself. It's going to be a handoff, actually, up the middle. That looks to be enough for a first down.
Ooh, I don't know.
He's close. Right there on that line.
That line judge may have him short, I think, yeah. That was Blankenship on the carry, I believe, again. Kind of the unsung hero tonight. He's getting a couple carries. He was kind of somebody we really weren't looking for.
Yep,
it's kind
Blankenship on the carry.
That's going to bring up that's 4th down.
Yep, they're going to call it 4th and 1 on the 11-yard line. 3:30 to go. Michigan City's offense stays out on the field. What would you call here if you're the Wolves? Is it a QB sneak with Bush? Do you give it the Hart? Do you give it the Blankenship?
The Bush push?
The Bush push. You do have 2 RBs out there.
And
there's Bush keeps him himself. The Bush push. He got pushed back.
We'll
I don't know. Forward momentum might have got him that first down, though. And it did, it looks like.
That line judge looks, kind of the Bush push. What's your thoughts on the Philadelphia rugby scrum, would you say?
As I talk about that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical at Maryville. I think it's a great play.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. You can't argue that. I mean, why would you stop running a play if it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That is true. I don't know.
You got a guy like Jalen Hurts who he's big for a quarterback. He's strong and he can run. So I like it.
A little T formation here. What is
this? A handoff.
This might be Navy football.
And that one stopped about 2 yards on the gain. Jeffrey Lucas, one of the linebackers there.
The T formation. Cross that off the bingo list. We had Deion Waiters.
Oh, gosh. T formation.
T formation.
Jalen Hurts, if you want to include that.
Jalen Hurts, that's not too bad.
New play names, if you want to include that as well.
The Bush push on a lower level. It's been a fun time so far, man. We're not even at halftime yet.
We're getting there. 2:20 to go, and, of course, stay tuned for the Hose Connections halftime show where we'll go over what we've seen so far this game and go over some of the scores going on the region. Of course, some of our game nights built by Von Tobel, 2 of them are some exciting action. And there's a handoff up the middle and through the push, cross the line and in. It's the D1 commit for Syracuse, Jaden Hart. And just like that, Michigan City is 1 extra point away from tying this game.
Tale of 2 quarters here, man. This has been it was all LC first quarter, and then again, just that one turnover from LC. They had it really kind of everything going their way, and that fumble was big.
The man with the last name Hart, he's breaking LC hearts right now.
Oh, check deal, everybody.
2:02 to go. Here's the kick. It's low, and it's good. A little awkward one, and just like that, we're tied.
Jaden Heartbreaker.
At the Burial Grounds, if you're just joining us, James Graham and Chase Kwiatkowski, 2 quick touchdowns in that first quarter. Now we're here in the second quarter. Bush has himself a touchdown, and, of course, Jaden Hart just scored there. If you're joining us, thank you all for tuning in and making us a part of your night. Scott Stussel on the camera, Zach Zanelli producing. Of course, Mike Dewan, the former Gridiron player with the color analysis, and I'm Jack Thiel, and of course we once again want to thank you for tuning in a homecoming night here for the Lake Central Indians. A battle of top 10 teams in the middle of the DAC, number 10 Michigan City, number 7 Lake Central. It's been a tale of 2 quarters like we just talked about. Michigan City will receive the ball after halftime, but for Lake Central, this is a big drive.
Yeah.
You have not had any offensive momentum since that second touchdown. The crowd's quiet. The students are a little bit quiet.
I know.
The energy kind of got sucked out after that fumble.
Yeah, it's been night and day this quarter for whoever you're asking. Really, it's I think City's kind of more going towards the run game now. They're kind of, again, we're talking about that balanced passing attack they kind of have, and it really wasn't working in the first quarter, and then they turn to their D1 commit, and all things.
Squib kick off a Lake Central player. This could be interesting. It bounces around, but luckily an Indian right there to fall on it. L.J. Richardson.
That's a big play.
Wow. That could have been trouble in paradise for the Indians. A man down for Michigan City. There's a lot of action on that play. It was a squib kick. Went off one of the Lake Central players. And the ball was up for grabs. It was anybody's ball.
Yeah, those plays are so tough on the kickoff return, again, as we try to look and see who's down right there. But it's, again, turf is brutal to play a ball on. You're trying to play a ball on a hop, and that ball could go anywhere. So it's, again, I don't know if that's kind of in the design for City. Some teams like to do a pooch kick, kind of put the ball where no one is while keeping it in bounds. But it's again, that's a great job by Richardson, because if he doesn't get that ball, that's a huge swing for City going into halftime.
And that kickoff is presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Langle's Pizza has been a favorite spot since 1979. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Langle serves Northwest Indiana from their 3 locations, Highland, Cherryville, and Crown Point. Order online at langlespizza.com. Langle's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. And, of course, stay tuned for our Hose Connection halftime show, Proven Under Pressure. And stay after tonight's game, as we'll name our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game, our Boilermakers Local 37 Blue Collar Player of the game, and the Proud Union Home Play of the game, presented by IKOR-CC. That injured player for Michigan State did get up and walk on his own, so great to see. But Lake Central with the football at about the 28-yard line with 1:55 to go. First pass, Kwiatkowski, nowhere really to go. He's going to take off and find some room, breaks a tackle, and is brought down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's a tough runner. You're going to have to need a couple guys to bring him down. I think Caden Pierce on the tackle there to finally break it up. But, again, LC, at the bare minimum, you kind of want to hurry up, but you also want to hold on to the ball. You don't want to give City another short field.
Second and 2 now. Kwiatkowski throws it. That one's caught. It's going to be a first down and some more on the grab. That's number 13, James Graham III. And a first down, and just what you needed from if you're Lake Central.
That's a tough throw.
Yeah,
that's
cross your body.
That's a long throw, and again, Kwiatkowski, he's showing signs of a real dual threat quarterback for at least another year to come here in the area.
The only blemish on his stat line was that fumble on the RPO.
Right.
Other than that, he's played a clean, solid game.
2 passing touchdowns. He's solid runs. He's been a very solid piece for this LC offense.
First down now, 44-yard line. Kwiatkowski's going to keep it. Looking for somebody, nowhere to go, and he's brought down. A sack right there by the Michigan City Wolves. Number 8 was on the stop. Murphy.
Could be a coverage sack there, too. Yeah. That was just great all around. Nobody open, and D-line did their part.
Loss of 5 now, 2nd and 13. About a minute to go. Kwiatkowski's going to drop back. More pressure, and he's got to find some room. Goes to his right. Tries to find a man. That's not picked off. Oh, there was a man right there. It was number 12, Marquez Dabney. The official on the sideline said he did not get his foot in bounds in time, so it'll just go down as an incompletion. 3rd and 13, 57 seconds to go. Michigan City still does have 2 timeouts left, so an opportunity for them to get the ball back and try to score before halftime.
I don't know. If I'm LC here, I think I'm running a draw here or something.
All right.
Running a quarterback draw, at least completing a pass and getting this clock running. Burn a timeout of Cities if they want to try and score it before half.
Wolves have done a great job on pressure the last 2 plays. And here's more pressure. Kwiatkowski goes to his right trying to find somebody. He's going to take it himself and go out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. That's going to be a 4th down for the Indians. I believe no time off the clock. And with 50 seconds, it's 4th and 9. And Michigan City will get the ball back with 2 timeouts.
Yeah, that's a new team. This is, again, once they got that first touchdown, their juices are flowing back. It's they're looking a lot better now. That touchdown just to shake off the rust, get some points on the board. That's big for this defense, and that's big for the whole team in general. And a chance to really kind of swing that pendulum even further their way before half.
And we're going to get a timeout by the Indians. I believe that's their first of the game, their first timeout for the Wolves. Looks like, I believe that was Jahari Branch out there to return. But now you got 50 seconds. And that amazing start for Lake Central. Probably the best way they started a game all year could all go away by just any points by Michigan City because you go into halftime trailing when Michigan City gets the ball back after half.
Yeah, it's defense has to get a stop, get themselves off the field, get this offense back going. But again, that's what happens after 1 turnover. It's a trickle-down effect, and City's been capitalizing, and then they their second score of the game was a longer field, and they busted out the run game very well. And it's this is a whole new ball game. The tide has shifted.
So here we go. It's going to be a punt for the Indians. Oh, great one right there off the foot. Caught at the 15-yard line. Elijah Collins returns it, breaks a tackle, but a nice tackle right there made. That was trying to see from this vantage point. Believe that. Couldn't see that.
Gang of
Ryder
Indians
Fernandez
there,
it was on the tackle. So 38 seconds, 2 timeouts. We've seen Hart run the ball. I'm sure we're going to see a plethora of passes, though, from Bush. He has the receivers to move down the field. And Martin, Bell, Collins, and now Kyron Hart, who's really played a lot of snaps here in the early going.
Yeah, we got to see.
Be tough.
I want to see what City does here. It's
30-yard line. It's not easy at all. Oh, fumble snap.
Not an ideal
picked up
start
by the running back. Heads up play just to avoid Lake Central recovering that one. Time keeps ticking off the clock. I don't think Michigan City's really in a rush here. They might just let this one run out and head to halftime in a tie game.
Yeah, it's smart. You get the ball back at half. Just sit on it and
that's
again, don't do anything that you're going to regret
play
later
here,
in the
actually.
game.
They are going to run a play. Bush keeps it himself. Now rolls to his left, trying to find someone. And that one incomplete. A good deflection right there. That was number 5, Mylan Davis, to keep that one out of the hands of number 18, Benjamin Martin. And with 3 seconds to go, an incomplete pass, and Michigan City might just kneel this one. Tried to find a play there.
Yeah,
they had the one-on-one matchup that they probably wanted. As Martin, he does come in at 6 foot, and Mylan Davis only 5'11".
Yeah,
3 seconds to go. They'll snap it off. Bush is just going to keep it and go to his right, and he will run out of bounds as the time runs out. And that's going to be the conclusion of the first half here at the Burial Grounds. Well, Lake Central, they are up 14-0. 2 quick touchdowns from Chase Kwiatkowski. Michigan City responds with 14 points of their own. We go into halftime tied at 14, but stay tuned for the Hose Connection halftime show here live from the Burial Grounds as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit vaclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Experience the White Rhino, Chicagoland's premier bar and grill. Choose from a selection of mouth-watering lunch and dinner entrees. Like sports? Watch your favorite team on one of our 21 HD TVs. Plus, stick around for the best in late-night entertainment. Reserve our private loft for your next event. And be sure to check our drink selection with 125 beers to choose from. Dining, sports, nightlife. The White Rhino.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors. Plus, built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel. Building better together. Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors. Plus, built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel. Building better together.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com. Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit centier.com/studentchecking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Send to Your student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Send to Your checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region, right here on the Region Sports Network. It's time for the Hose Connection Halftime Report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure, a tie ball game at halftime. The number 10 Michigan City 14, number 7 Lake Central 14. Well, Mike, the story is a tale of two quarters.
Yep.
Let's go with that first quarter. First drive of the game, all the excitement. It's homecoming. Xavier Williams makes his return. 3 plays, including the huge touchdown pass from Kwiatkowski to James Graham III. They get the ball right back. Another scoring drive. Another passing touchdown from Kwiatkowski. Another catching touchdown by James Graham III. Michigan City responded 3 and out. Then we see a fumble, the first turnover by the game.
Killer.
And that's when things change. Since that turnover, Michigan City has scored 14 unanswered points, a rushing touchdown by their quarterback Tyler Bush, and a rushing touchdown by their star running back Jaden Hart, and we're tied now.
I they took their foot off the gas. They turned it over, and again, we kind of mentioned it was a very clean first quarter for, honestly, both teams. For penalties, we have City for a penalty for about 4 yards, 5 yards at half the distance to the goal. And LC has 2 for 10 yards, but those two, if you remember correctly, those were 2. I believe one was a 4th and 5, and they jumped off sides and led to a score. And one was on a 3rd and 10, which was down here at this end zone, and they made it a 3rd and 5, and City punched it in. So LC's got to clean it up a little bit, limit the penalties. Although they only had 2 in this whole half, those 2 were very costly, and they got to hold on to the ball. Can't give City kind of that momentum that they were really looking for in that first quarter.
Well, you mentioned it for Michigan City. One of their keys to the game was score. And for a second, we didn't know what was going to happen, but we said, like that basketball reference, once you see the ball go in the hoop, things get easier. Once they saw that football go in the end zone, things seemed to click for that offense. But on Lake Central, it was the RPO. And although their lone turnover right there was on an RPO play, they still have ran it pretty well to this point.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to stop. I think they're going to try and get back to that first quarter again. It's going to be a lot of counter plays, I'd say, a lot of kind of getting to that left side, which was very, very solid for them, Xavier Williams and the pulling guards. But, yeah, I mean, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they kind of get back into that, mixing that passing a little bit, I'd say. But they really got to start with the stop first and hopefully get some points on the board for LC.
Well, now it's time for the Strack Van Til scoreboard update. This scoreboard update is brought to you by Strack Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. Give it to us, Dewan.
We got our scores around the area. We'll start it off. We got Chesterton 21, Portage 14 in a nice little DAC game there. We got Hanover Central 42, Munster 14. We got Hobart taking it to Lowell 37-7. The Brickies are up. What else we got? We got KV 10, Culver Academies 7. Of course, this game we have knotted up. What else we got? Big game in the area, 1v2. Of course, we're at. We only cover the best over here.
One of our game nights built by Von Tobel.
We got Valpo 7, CP nothing at the break.
The team that has looked unbeatable throughout the year, it's trailing for the first time.
It's unfamiliar territory. Yeah. You got to see what Noah Ehrlich, the quarterback of the Crown Point Bulldogs, kind of does, and it's very unfamiliar territory.
They do have the right coach and the right quarterback for a comeback and to lead their team.
And you're home. I bet Valpo traveled very, very well to kind of make it seem as much as a neutral site game as possible. But it's Valpo. They're riding the momentum in the second half, and we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that game for sure. We also got Andrean up, I believe, 14-0 on Highland. Let me see. Boone Grove 13 over Forest 6. That's 6. That's a big game for the GSSC in that respective division. And we will bring some more scores to you as we get them in. But it's, again, not a great football going around the area. Of course, 1v2. We have 7v10 here, and it's so fun to be a part of. And there's no kind of co-host I'd rather have doing this first game on the air than the great Jack Steele. So it's been a fun first half so far.
We spend too much time doing Region
I know.
Football
It's like
Weekly.
We were just talking about Region Football Weekly just a day before this. So we're basically inseparable.
Well,
is
of course.
What they're saying.
And you can follow all of tonight's Region Football scores live on the Strack Van Til hometown scoreboard, streaming on Facebook.com/RegionSports. and regionsports.com. Strack Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Of course, you're watching the Hose Connections Halftime Report, brought to you by Hose Connection on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Of course, stay out with us after the game. We have a lot of things going on. Of course, we're going to name our award winners, our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, and our Proud Union Home Play of the Game, presented by IKORCC. And, of course, after the game, we're going to send it to our Centier Bank studio for the RSN wrap-up show that can really let you know what's been going on in the region tonight, kind of get you set for the conclusion of this week's action. And, of course, I'm a little hungry, and you know where I go where I'm hungry. I get some
Talk to me.
Langle's Pizza. It's been one of my favorite spots, and, of course, many other people's favorite spots. Since 1979, you can enjoy pizzas, sandwiches, and more. In fact, you can dine out or dine in or carry out. Langle serves Northwest Indiana in 3 locations: Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point. You can order online at langlespizza.com. Langle's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. Of course, a big thank you as you're watching RSM Game Night, presented by Von Tobel. Von Tobel, building better together, your local building material supplier and design center. Visit VonTobel.com to find out more. And also a big thank you to Gladish Law Group for sponsoring our starting lineups, the Quinto Incorporated for sponsoring our kickoff, and Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville presenting our first downs in tonight's action. Also a great performance on the field by the band of the Lake Central Indians. Before they were playing, we had some of the homecoming court, a couple of football players out there. I believe we saw Chase Kwiatkowski and Jeffrey Lucas. It's kind of, we kind of talked about that. When you're in a game like this where everything matters, you can't have your quarterback, your 2 captains really, in the locker room for a couple of minutes due to the festivities. And that's where the whole keeping your focus on the game with all the homecoming activities comes into play.
It's very tough. I think every school is very different. At Munster, our coaches, the great Leroy Marsh and Jason Grunwald, our coaches, they would not let us on the field if you were nominated for the homecoming court. You are staying in our locker room with the team, and you just better hope you don't get picked. That's basically it. So it's some schools are different. Some really want their guys in the locker room, and others, they're kind of more lenient, and it kind of all depends on the school. But it's interesting to kind of see how school does their kind of things. We've been fortunate to cover a couple homecoming games this year, and it's all, I don't know, everyone has their own method to the madness, I'd say.
Well, it looks like we have about under 4 minutes before we head into the second half. But, of course, just a reminder, you are watching the Hose Connections halftime report brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. As you're watching Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til to go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like health care and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I am proud that my family's been doing business here for nearly 100 years, which started with my grandfather, John Gladish. Over my career, I've witnessed families being torn apart by the negligence of others, and everything from unguarded openings at construction sites to reckless driving on our roads. Our experienced attorneys, paralegals, and staff know that insurance companies and their lawyers will go to great lengths to avoid paying compensation. Do not waste your one and only opportunity to seek fair compensation for your loss. Give the Gladish Law Group a call and put our team to work for you.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network, live from the Burial Grounds. Number 10, Michigan City. Number 7, Lake Central. We're knotted up at 14, just ahead of the start of the second half. Michigan City will receive the ball. If you're just joining us, I'm Jack Thiel with the play-by-play. Mike Dolwan, the former Mustang himself. Color analysis, we got Zach Sinelli producing, and of course Scott Stessel doing great, amazing camera work. But here we go, Dolwan. We talked about how Lake Central had that hot start. Michigan City kind of stole all of that momentum on just one turnover. They turned it into 14 points of their own. And here they go. They get the ball back here. It's a fresh half. Both teams rested. You know, they got their Gatorade. They got their rest. They got their locker room prep talks. Let's start with Michigan City. If you're Michigan City, you're Cody French. What were you saying your team in the locker room?
So this is interesting because homecoming halftimes throw you off your rhythm. It's a longer halftime. You're kind of ready to go out there. So you got to keep your body moving, kind of keep that lactic acid, drop some science on you, going around and kind of keep yourself loose and get ready to play. So I bet both French and Rick Good were kind of telling his players to move around, get ready for the second half. But, again, offense, I think it starts here on the kick return. We mentioned that there's great kick returners on both sides, and I think you got to start make that first play. Keep that momentum on your side that they already have now, and just make a statement. And for LC, I mean, it's get a stop. Get that momentum back. That's the name of the game. Keep your body loose, get ready to play, and get this crowd back into it for you.
All right, here we go. Second half, tie game, top 10 matchup. This should be a fun one. Up in the air. That's a great kick, and that one in the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Nicely done.
Good start.
So here we go for the Wolves. 2 touchdowns, one by Bush, one by Hart, both of the running variety. We haven't seen much of the pass game for Michigan City. It's mostly been the running game. Bush has had a nice couple of carries. Jaden Hart's had a couple of nice carries. Derek Coleman, the backup running back, has got a lot of playing time here in the early going. We've seen a couple of jet sweeps from the receivers in Cameron Bell and Elijah Collins. Everybody's getting involved so far.
Yeah, I don't know if City's waiting for that big play that they usually get, or if they're just going to try and just chug it down the field, kill the clock, and get another score. It's I don't know, but they're doing work, and we'll see what they do here.
Well, Coleman is out there for the Wolves. He gets the handoff, goes to his right. There's a flag on the play, brought down for about a 3 to 4 yard gain. We'll see what this flag is. It was thrown in the backfield.
That might be hard on the edge.
There is holding on the offense, and a bad start for Michigan City on the first play here in the second half.
It's a drive killer right there. Yeah, it's a tough block if that was hard. He was lined up at the slot there, and blocking a corner is not easy, especially when you're kind of the lead block in that situation on the jet sweep. You got a corner really trying to kind of move you around, and all the ref has to see is you kind of getting a hold of that jersey. And if it's not him, but it very well could be, and that's just a tough block in general.
So 1st and 20 now, all the way back at their own 10-yard line.
And that's a full 10 yards on the penalty. That sucks, because if they were at the 19-yard line, that's only like a 9.5-yard penalty, so that's kind of unfortunate for the Wolves. Got to get those yards back here.
Got your 3 receivers and Logan Marlin, the tight end, Jaden Hart, the running back, Tyler Bush, the quarterback.
Only 4th penalty of the game for both teams.
So Bush, he's going to keep in himself some pressure. A little screen pass right there. Able to find his man on the outside, but only for a couple yards. It was Jaden Hart on the catch. He gets pushed out at about the 15-yard line.
I think that was Marion Brooks, kind of the hero of this run game over the past weeks. He's I think the only two-way player up to this point.
3-way player, because he used to be the starting running back he was the starting DB, and he was on the kickoff team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to say, three ways, you can. But, yeah, he's like that Travis Hunter we talk about in Colorado,
He wasn't really coming off the field that much. He's kind of finally getting a break on offense. But
so Bush drops back, a man downfield, and that one is caught. What a grab right there. Oh, no, they're going to call it incomplete, actually. It looked like at first he said it was a catch. It was number 1, Cameron Bell, the intended receiver. For Bell, he thought he caught the ball, too. He was celebrating as if.
I think we did, too.
And the official came up to him and said, no, that's incomplete.
That's tough. I think he had it really until the ground. I'm trying to see who made that pass breakup, but he had him a little bit. Ball was a little bit behind him on that post route, and just enough for the pass breakup. That's a huge play for the LC defense.
We saw 2 of those passes happen in that first half, but Bush overthrew his receiver. That's the first time tonight we've seen Bush do the deep ball, and it was actually catchable for the receiver.
I think that was Michael Leak on the pass breakup, the junior free safety. So props to him on that one. Big play.
3rd and 14 now. A lot of yards to get here for the Wolves. A huge opportunity for the Indians.
LC, or in the city, 1 for 5 I got on 3rd down. So.
Bell in motion. Bush keeps himself, going to give it to Bell. Bell's going to try to find some room with his legs. He made a man miss, but swarmed right there by the Indians. Nowhere to go. You had a Marion Brooks right there, Jeffrey Lucas, and number 93, Jamon Williams. And it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Wolves. And that holding call really costed them there on that drive. They're going to have to punt here at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big stop there. That's again, that's what you needed. Yeah, it was a long time since the defense really got a true stop, and that's a big way to start the half there.
There's the punt. It's caught. And you'll just take a seat right there on the middle of the field at about the 47-yard line of Marion Brooks that we just talked about.
Travis Hunter type deal.
On the play. So now Lake Central, things have been very slow since it was 14-0. A turnover on down, some incompletions. On that last drive, a lot of pressure on Kwiatkowski, the most pressure we've seen by this Wolves defense all night. Xavier Williams out there as well, so starting off the second half as the running back. We got 3 receivers on the field for the Indians, 1 on the bottom screen, 2 on the top of your screen, and a flag right there.
Got movement down there.
Oh, man.
I think I jinxed it. After the first, I'm like, we got no penalties, and now we have a couple. That's our 5th between the 2 teams, and this is all in a quarter and a minute. So props to me for that one.
It has been laundry since that first quarter on the field. So 1st and 15, both teams with their first drives in the second half, starting with penalties.
Drive killers, man. That's it. They put you behind the chains. You got to kind of get out of your rhythm. Who knows if they keep the same play that they had initially scheduled for that first down? We'll see here. It looks like the same formation.
Hands it off and quickly swarmed and brought down by the Wolves. They were quick on that play. Xavier Williams was on the carry, but for the Michigan City Wolves, a great effort. You had Gary Mitchell, the free safety, on the tackle, and multiple Wolves as well.
I think Jahari Branch got in there too. Again, that's the first time they really kind of stuffed that counter play. That time they ran it to the right side of the offensive line, and that they were kind of more going towards the left. So I don't know if they're trying to switch things up, but
it's a loss of a yard.
They may need to try and get back to that left side.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 16 now on the 41-yard line. 3 receivers on the top, 1 on the bottom. Quick pass outside. That one off the hands. That was L.J. Richardson, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. And for Richardson, only his 4th drop of the year.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That smoke screen, you kind of got to I think that was a play really trying to get half the yards back and set up for a 3rd and manageable, but it's tough when you're a receiver out there. You kind of catch that with an open rib cage. Ball's a little bit high, and you kind of hope your linemen or your receivers get out there to block with the corner in front of you, or you're getting clobbered.
The Wolves are probably going to expect the pass here with 3rd and forever. Kwiatkowski's going to roll to his left, looking for a man, and just overthrows the intended receiver. That was James Graham, the 3rd. And it's going to be 4th down for Lake Central. So both teams, you talked about, DeJuan, those killer penalties on the first play of the drive. Well, it set both teams back, and ultimately 2 straight punts right out of the gate.
Starting out flat, starting out a little bit lackadaisical, Coach would say. And it's, again, luckily no team has given up points here. It's kind of going blow for blow here, but it's you got to kind of snap it on now. Now you're playing. Now you punted it away. Now it's time to wake up.
Owen Denny, the punter for the Indians. 2 men back for the Wolves. Denny gets this one. It's high. It's got some distance on it. They're going to wave it off. Not going to let it. Oh, what a bounce right there for Denny. He's going to roll to the 5-yard line. How about that?
That's a killer. I think you got to fair catch that. You got to try and it's tough. It's tough when we're up here and we're not down there, but you got to just throw the arm up and try and get a snag on that.
Somewhere Pat McAfee is smiling after that punt.
Doing the old golf celebration, the old golf swing.
Absolutely. That's as good as it gets when it comes to punting. But, of course, don't forget, as you're watching RSN Game Night built by Von Tobel. Von Tobel, building better together. Your local building material supplier and design center. Visit VonTobel.com to find out more. So, once again, Michigan City kind of pinned back towards their own end zone here in the second half. This time it's the 5-yard line. And Bush will hand that off to his running back. Hart goes to his right, a little bit of a move towards the sideline and brought down. On the tackle for the Indians, looked like that was number 50, Matt Penman. Came into tonight's game, 25 tackles, 1 for loss. A gain of 8, so 2nd and 2 now.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, City and LC's offense are kind of similar.
Very similar.
They do this inside zone concept, and it's all on your talented running back. If they want to bounce it outside and the inside's clogged, go for it. You have the green light with your talent.
Bush keeps it himself. He's going to run up the middle, trying to push his way. It's going to be a 1st down for Michigan City as the quarterback does it himself. And that 1st down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Push. I think we've got a score update in the deck. Big deck game.
You give it to us, Mike DeJuan.
We have Crown Point did get their points on the board. It is 7-6.
Okay.
PAT, I believe, was missed. So that is big, of course, for this conference, conference here. Big implications for the potential winner.
Both teams undefeated in the conference play. So 1st and 10. Bush. A little outlet pass right there to his running back and brought down from behind. Number 48, Christian Gavin on the tackle. Jaden Hart, the running back, was the catch.
He's got nice hands. Yeah, he's caught a few nice catches so far. No body catches, straight hands. He brings another element kind of to his game, and that's why he's so highly regarded as a recruit and as a player in this area.
Came into tonight's game with 11 catches for 174 yards. A 6-foot senior who made his commit to Syracuse in the summer. He said in our RSN Pigskin kickoff show at Sun 'em Up Lanes in Griffith. As here's the snap. Looks like on the carry right there towards the right and able to tiptoe his way towards a 1st down. Almost lost his footing. Derek Coleman on the carry. But that is going to be a Four Seasons Mechanical 1st down. But going back to Jaden Hart, he said it felt home. It felt really good to be there. The coaches, the staff, the players, it felt like he was meant to be there, and I was able to watch that and some of the other things I had to say. It's a very confident Michigan City team. This is a team loaded with talent. You have Deion Smith, the left tackle, who is committed to Ball State.
Yeah.
So, you're featuring 2 Division I guys on the offensive end of things. And, it is hard for Cody French. It's his first year with the team.
They were 2-8 last year.
Never easy to coach a team your first year as Bush drops back looking for his receiver. He dives, but it's incomplete. Almost a nice grab there, but it was still a great effort by, it looks like, Benjamin Martin. But going back to, for Cody French, it's never easy, no matter how stacked or how unstacked your team is, to come in your first year, try to install your methods, your beliefs, your motives into those kids.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
And for him, he had a very hard schedule to start the year. You got Warsaw, Lafayette Jefferson. We talked about the 2-game stretch between Valpo and Maryville. That's not easy.
Not great. Not
it's
great.
not easy at all. 2nd and 10, Michigan City on the 31-yard line. Man in motion, and Bush is going to keep it himself. Almost gave it to Hart, but
swallowed that up.
Thought it was going to be better for him, and he is brought down about a yard or two gain on the play. Looked like Chris Gavin on the play.
Yeah, but I was fortunate enough again to kind of talk to him at our ORAMA at Munster, and he came from Calumet, a very successful Calumet program, but he said it's kind of like apples to oranges, and from the GSSC to the DAC. But I know he's going to get these guys right. Again, it's kind of tough coming up after a 2-8 season. As here we go here.
Bush on 3rd down, a long throw, brought it down, and it is caught. A nice grab right there for Michigan City. Cameron Bell on the grab, but it's just short of a first down. So now 4th and 1 on your own 40-yard line. As Mike DeWan likes to say, maybe the Bush push coming your way.
I wouldn't doubt it. But kind of going back to Coach French, I think their big problem last year was a lot of close games were just lost.
Yeah.
A lot of one-score games, and we find themselves in one now. So we'll kind of see what this team does differently this year in comparison to last season.
They're going to go for this, it looks like.
I think they're going to call it QB's number here.
Bush keeps it himself, tries to push his way through, but the Lake Central defense might have pushed him back. We'll see what forward progression got him, and it looks to be a first down. The chains are moving. Wow. A very close play. That's a four-season mechanical first down, and possibly a huge break for the Wolves.
I don't know about that one, my friend.
It's so hard when you're trying to judge the runner's forward progression.
It's close.
Maybe he reached the ball out. Maybe his body didn't look like it, but he reached the ball out. It's very tough to see from up here.
Yeah, that was a hell of a stop, I will say, whoever that was down there. But that's it. Move the chains. Keep it going.
On the 41-yard line, Coleman in motion, hands it off to Hart. Hart goes towards his left side, crosses the 45, down at around the 47. Christian Gavin on the tackle.
Get back to it. Feed him the rock.
Really controlling the football. I mean, you look at our scoreboard, and it's already less than 6 minutes left here in the third quarter.
It's moving by quick. You think it's a running clock the way this game's going so far.
The only second possession for Michigan City this quarter.
And it was after 2 3 and outs.
Yeah.
So I don't know when they started with this, but it's been a bit.
Bush keeps it off the middle. It's going to be a first down and some more. He had two running backs with him and kind of really just did it himself. Crosses the 50-yard line, and a gain of 7 will result in a four-season mechanical first down. And let's hear what they do. I mean, they're not rushing. They're waiting for their plays. They're catching their breath. They're taking their time. They're making their substitutions on the field.
They're making a lot of subs. They're milking that play clock down to probably under 5 seconds.
They're playing
just about
their
every
game
time
out there.
That's what you have to do. When you're in an environment like this, you have to stick to your tempo. You don't want to be antsy, sped up, or too sluggish. You got to just stay in your comfort zone.
Coleman Hart out there, and there's the handoff. Moves to his left, about 2 to 3 yards on that carry. Lake Central was on top of that one from the start. That was Derek Coleman on the carry.
He's playing well.
You know what Michigan City kind of reminds me? They run like a Green Bay offense with the duo of A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. You know, you kind of see the two running backs out there at the same time as I think Coleman just stepped off. But, you know, that's an offense you see from the Packers. They run some sets where they feature both backs because both backs are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, we all say A.J. Dillon could definitely start on an NFL team. Maybe that's the case with Derek Coleman. A guy who is behind a D1 commit, he doesn't get his opportunities, and you have to find opportunities to get him in both.
That's right.
So he's going to roll to his right. Bush down the field and incomplete. That was short of the intended receiver, Elijah Collins. Michigan City still trying to find that pass game.
Yeah, that's a very tough throw there. Yeah. Rolling out to your right. Not too much separation there. And, again, any out throw, that's a long throw, especially when you're on the run. Yeah. So it's, again, that passing game that, you know, you kind of see from Bush's stats, you know, very solid kind of leading up to this point.
Yeah,
I guess unless last week.
Bush came into today's game with a 57% completion rate.
Which isn't bad.
8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 950 passing yards. Didn't have one of his better games last week against Maryville, trying to bounce back. About 6 seconds left. And they're going to have to call it quick here, or it's going to be a delay of game.
Yeah,
they got it off, and they
milking.
handed off to Hart and brought down right there behind. Looks like that's number 33 on the tackle for the Indians, Daniel Lewick.
City 1 for 8 on my unofficial scorebook here on third downs.
It's another 4th down. So about 4th and 6, a little further than the previous 4th down they went for earlier in this drive.
It
is
tough.
4th down territory, but you do think of maybe trying to pin Lake Central back in their own end zone, trying to kind of flip the field.
I think what I'd do here is I'd line up the quarterback in his normal pistol set and back him up a little bit.
He's got 4 receivers. Collins in motion. Nothing there. There's 2 seconds left, and a timeout is called.
Try and pin him back.
Yeah, I think you got to play the long game. If you're Michigan City, Lake Central hasn't got much on the offensive end in the past quarter and 3/4.
Yeah.
Try to get them 3 and out, and if you have a bad punt, you're looking at the ball at maybe your own 40-yard line. So for Michigan City, I think it'd be smart to play the long game. Don't try to go for the touchdown now. You've got 3:51 left here in the third, and of course you got the whole fourth quarter to go. But once again, a big thank you to everybody tuning in to our game night built by Von Tobel, live from the burial grounds on 8400 Wicker Avenue in St. John, Indiana. I'm Jack Thiel. We got Mike DeWan with the color analysis, Zach Sinelli producing, and Scott Stussel on the camera work.
The best all around here.
It's been a great game tonight. Great weather, great turnout. A bunch of people are just standing kind of on the outline of the fences here. A lot of blue on the Indian side of things.
And City traveled well, too. There's a decent amount of fans here. Again, it's about an hour drive, I thought I saw.
It's a far drive, so
that's no joke.
Hey, you give your flowers to the fans that travel.
That's right.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Looks like at the moment, this not really a punt formation, but with that quarterback, you can always sneak it in there.
We'll see. Yep, they're going to back him up.
Backing up a little bit. There's no returner for the Indians. A little muffed snap right there, but the punt's still off. That one's going to bounce out of bounds, but still a great punt inside the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at about the 7-yard line. So it almost turned into a disaster, but a good job by Tyler Bush to kind of stay composed, pick up the football, and kick it.
Yeah, get him inside the 15. I think that's the right call from Cody French. I think it sucks to burn a timeout in this game. Those go very valuable, especially in a close game like this, but that's the right play. You're kind of in that gray zone where, the down and distance isn't ideal, and if you turn it over on downs, they get a short field. So it's good punt by Bush, and now it's up to the City defense to make a play.
Yeah, I'm not saying one drive determines the game, but I really believe this drive could set up who's in the lead going into the late parts of this game.
Yeah, they're pinned back. It's, again, if you force a 3-and-out here for City, you get the ball back kind of right where you punted it.
Well, I got a hometown Strack Van Til scoreboard update for you. Crown Point is now in the lead, 12-7.
Wow.
So after being down 7-0 at halftime, they've scored 12 straight points and have taken the lead over their DAC rivals. And Kwiatkowski keeps himself a quick pass up the middle and caught. That'll be a first down and some more for the Indians. On the catch looks like James Graham III. He has been the man today for the Indians. 2 touchdowns and, of course, a big first down catch right there.
Yeah, that was a great RPO read right there from Kwiatkowski, and I think they're going to tack on 15 more. I think there was a little bit of chippiness at the end of the play. I think Caden Pierce might be the guy. Kind of was the second offense there, and the ref saw that. And they're going to. That's going to go LC's
holding
way.
On the offense.
They're going to go personal foul on LC, and that play is going to get negated.
I believe they called that a holding.
Holding.
The flag is thrown near where the line is at right now. But here we go. Unnecessary roughness on the offense. So not a holding. It's unnecessary roughness. Good call by you, Mike, to sort that one out. So that first down grab really is nothing now.
It's gone.
They move back. They started on the 7. And now they're going to have to go even further back. That's the second straight drive here for Lake Central where they start with a penalty.
Yeah, let's see. That looks like the ball is on. If I look at the mark, I think I think that's on the 9. They started at the 15. Yeah, so that's, again, 6-yard penalty, but you negate a first down, and you kind of get out of that area of which, you're backed up, end zone and your backside, man.
Second straight drive where they have a penalty.
No, it's drive killers. That's what they call them. So,
all right, here we go. With 3:33 to go here in the third quarter, the Lake Central sidelines, they were visibly upset with that call. See if Michigan City brings the pressure here. Lake Central, they got safety in their win against LaPorte last week.
True.
And Kwiatkowski's going to hand that off to his running back, and Williams has some room on that left side, is brought down.
Get those yards back.
Yeah, kind of gets those yards back on that run. Looks like brought down at near the 15-yard line. Michael Crawford on the tackle for Michigan City. But yeah, you mentioned it, Mike, kind of got those yard backs from that penalty.
Yep.
2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line.
Yeah, it's a tough spot right now. That penalty, again, it's a killer. LC only has 4 penalties for roughly 20 yards I got right now, but it's those are costly, especially in a close game like this, and they got to kind of make do of this right now.
2nd and 10. Kwiatkowski hands it off to Williams. Williams goes to his left, makes a cut, and is brought down. Had a lot of wolves right there. Michigan City's defense has been doing a good job following that football on those RPOs. You had Michael Crawford once again over there on the tackle. Now 3rd and 6 on the the 19-ish yard line there. It's a big third down because you can't go for it, obviously, because that'd be a very big risk. So you don't get the first down here. This is kind of what Michigan City wanted.
Yeah, from what I see, LC is 0-3 on third down conversions from my unofficial scorebook, but this is
manageable.
Big.
From where they started to now, it's manageable. Kwiatkowski handed off to Williams. Williams with his strength gets past the first down marker and some more. A clutch run from the big, tough senior running back, and that's going to result in a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Looks like the story was counter for LC in the first half, and I think that play was more of a trap there. I think Owen Denny had a big crack block there, the H-back, fullback, tight end, whatever you call him. He's going to make the play, and, of course, when you give the ball to 2-6, he's going to go make a play and get yourself a first down.
So now just under 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Lake Central on their own 30-yard line. Kwiatkowski's going to keep it. He drops back, a throw down the sideline, and just off the fingertips of his wide-open receiver, L.J. Richardson. Oh, that had 6 written all over it.
Yeah, you want that one back.
Wow.
I think there's no other way to put that. I think that was man coverage all the way. Just made one move, had him on the post route, and just missed him off his fingertips. Just one of those throws you want back if you're Kwiatkowski.
Richardson had a couple of those catches for touchdowns in last week's win against LaPorte. In fact, 2 of those. All his touchdown catches last week were on big plays like that.
He had a day.
Yeah, 9 catches for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that 17-12 win against the Slicers. So Kwiatkowski, he's going to keep it, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, but had nowhere to go, was really trying to fight for some extra yards, but Michigan City was right on top of that play. It looks like we have a Wolf that's slowly getting up, trying to take his time, and now he's back up. He's going to gingerly walk back to the sidelines. Looks like Brett Kelly checks back in for the Wolves, and another third down for Lake Central, this time 3rd and 10 on their own 30, now with under a minute to go.
Another big play here, 3rd and 10. LC did pick up their first third down of the game last.
They used Xavier Williams
set of downs,
on the last conversion.
This is a little tougher.
But Kwiatkowski's going to throw it. Goes up the middle. He loses the ball. It's on the ground. Lake Central might have jumped back on it. Let's see what the official says here. Yeah, blue and white where the ball was able to be picked up. Lake Central might have gotten this one back.
I don't know, Jack. It's a tough one here.
There's still,
we got a lot of.
And the official was knocked down as well. It's 4th down. Lake Central does recover a fumble, and the Indians, wow, catch a break. That could have been a disaster, and the clock can run out here. They don't have to run another play. But that was very close to another disastrous fumble by Chase Kwiatkowski.
Yeah, that's a big recovery there. That ball was bouncing around, one off a leg or two, and that's a game-changing recovery there. Yeah, you don't want to take a sack, but it could have been a whole lot worse. Now it's time to put our fours up. It looks like, man. This is the witching hour, as they say on NFL Red Zone. So let's have some fun.
In that third quarter. The defenses, man, coming out with a game plan and really keeping this one close. We're still tied at 14 between the number 10 Michigan City Wolves and the number 7 Lake Central Indians. You're watching Game Night, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. Getting started here early in the fourth quarter. A punt by Denny, and that's going to bounce out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So good starting position for the Michigan City Wolves. Jack Thiel with the play-by-play. Mike DeWan with the color analysis. Zach Zanelli producing, and Scott Stussel with the camera. Thank you for joining us. We got an exciting fourth quarter tied at 14. Lake Central had a 14-0 lead. Chase Kwiatkowski fumbles. Michigan City recovers. They score 14 in a row. And Chase Kwiatkowski, another fumble. This time they got lucky enough to recover that to end the third quarter. Now Michigan City a chance here to take the lead. You know, the energy has really gotten quieter and quieter as this game has gone on. Makes you feel like that Michigan City, with the way they've been controlling the football, controlling the pace of the game, they've really kept the energy at a minimal for the Indians.
Yeah, let's get the student section going. It's a little bit quiet over here. And
there's a handoff by Hart, and wow, what a tackle.
That's tough to do right there.
Right there for Lake Central. It looks like that was Jeffrey Lucas, their defensive leader. I mean,
if there's a guy to kind of tackle him in space,
oh, absolutely.
It's you got to have Lucas out there against
45
Hart.
tackles, and coming into this game, 5 for a loss, and he also has a pick. So, yeah, you want to talk about a guy who's going to make those types of tackles. It's Jeffrey Lucas.
Yes, sir.
So 1 yard on the game for Hart. It's 2nd and 9 on the 46-yard line. And here, Michigan City, once again, they're taking their time, waiting for their play calls.
Yeah, they're just keeping their tempo. There's so much poise in this team, and they don't bow down to anybody.
Bush keeps it himself. He's going to run up, and just in front of that first down marker, it's going to be 3rd down for Michigan City. But smart play by the quarterback to really read the defense and gain a couple of yards.
Yep, he's making his money tonight on just running the ball, scrambling. You know, whether it's a designed run or scrambling outside, can't find anybody open, and you know he just does it with his legs. It's you know, you kind of look at the ingredients of all these teams that are very good in the area. You got to have a quarterback that can move in the pocket, and if something breaks down, he could make a play with his legs.
Haven't seen that big pass from Michigan City yet. They've tried a couple of times as Bush will keep this one, goes to his left. But he is stopped by the Indians. A great job right there on defense. He was stuffed trying to go for that first down marker. Amarion Brooks, one of the Indians, on the tackle. It looked like Christian Gavin was as well. That's now a 4th down for the Wolves, about 4th and 1, maybe 4th and 2.
Let me cue my Tony Romo. Here we go, Jim. Here we go, Jack.
Well, this is going to be interesting just because if you do not convert this 4th down, Lake Central has great field position.
Oh, he moved. Yep, he moved on the far side.
Good call right there, Mike.
Oh, that's a killer again.
So now you might see the punt. It comes down to a 4th and 6 now instead of a 4th and 1 with 9:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. I think you do have. I mean, I think you have to punt
again
this.
The gray area. If you're in the minus, what are they, at the minus 49? It's you got 6-7 yards to go. It's no. Yeah. You got to kick it away.
And it looks like that's the type of formation they're going to run here. Amarion Brooks back for the Indians. Said Bush, he's got a good leg, though, for a quarterback. Yeah. Had that one punt in the last quarter.
Oh, the fake.
And a fake.
To 11.
They're going to push him near the marker. I don't think he got it, though. They tried to pull the rabbit out of the hat, run some trickery. Jahari Grant, the linebacker,
they got him. They
was on the run, and he did not get it. Wow. He was stuffed. And a great stand by the Lake Central special teams. They will start with the football at about the 46-yard line.
If there wasn't a such thing as there having to be a game-winning score, that could be a proud Union play of the game right there. IKORCC play of the game. But we do, someone's got to score the game-winning score. Yeah. So, but that's a dark horse right there. That's a big stop for LC. And again, it's almost a turnover in the way. So you got to make them pay.
Yeah,
but no team has really been able to do that yet. But, there's still, 9 minutes left? We'll see.
Yeah, Jahari Branch was the one on the carry with that fake. Kwiatkowski keeps himself a quick pass. Oh, and it's picked off by the Wolves. He's got some room. Breaks a tackle, moves to his left, shifts everybody down the field, goes to the far sideline. It's going to be a race, and he's got it. Oh, it's a pick six at the moment. There's a flag on the field. But as of right now, Jahari Branch took that one away. It made some moves and went in the end zone. Let's see the flag.
What a return there. Reverse and field. I want to say the flag is a crackback block there, and yep. We will see what the ref is signaling there. But when you reverse field, it's tough to not want to crackback block. See somebody kind of unaware of what's going on, and then you hit somebody without them knowing, and that's really a flag nowadays. Yeah, that's going to be an illegal block there. I think that touchdown's going to be brought back.
Yep.
Turnover still stands. It's a big takeaway for City. You want to have the points on the board, but we were just talking about the play of the game. That might be it right there, my friend.
Jahari Branch right there. It's an interception, a turnover for Lake Central. Not a pick six, called back. Blindside block, so Michigan City still with the football in great field position.
Yeah, big-time players make big-time plays. They obviously called his number for a reason on that fake punt. And, of course, didn't pan out necessarily. But, again, it's a tough read on that RPO. Kwiatkowski thought he saw something.
And it was it's not like he stood back there for a while. It was a quick pass. You had to read that right away.
It's tough to get a pick on those RPOs. I mean, usually a quarterback finds a guy wide open, and he must have baited him somehow.
So Michigan City will start on the Lake Central 32-yard line. Definitely their best starting field position of the night. A chance to take the lead here in the fourth. Bush hands it off to Hart. Hart goes to his right, goes to his left, and brought down at around the 26-yard line. But a good first down carry for the running back.
I think it's going to be a lot of 9 and 5 coming down the stretch here. A lot of these big body running backs, quarterbacks that could, do it all. They're going to kill the clock like they have been. And, again, with the field position they have now, why wouldn't you? You don't want to kind of risk a turnover throwing the ball or any lost yardage on a sack. You just want to kind of keep the clock running and keep it inside the tackles. Or bounce it out like they kind of have been doing.
Hand off the Hart, right up the middle and through the LC defense. It's going to be a first down for Michigan City. And 2 runs, and they're driving down the field. I think you called it, Mike. Keep the ball in your best player's hands.
Yep.
A guy who is one of the best running backs in the region. I mean, coming into today's game, he averages 5.4 yards per carry and has 2 100-yard performances.
Yeah, he's that dude. He's him.
He's him.
They say. He's himmy.
First down now, about the 19-yard line, and Bush is going to keep it himself and go right up the middle, just like the last play, and will be dropped about 2 yards short of that first down, and Michigan City is just moving the ball with ease.
It's the kind of what we were saying, that kind of the injuries LC's facing up front on that D line. It's kind of showing right now. We kind of credited LC's run defense going into this, and they started out pretty hot, and then once the second quarter hit, things have gone south.
2nd and 2 on the 11.
Low snap
there. Low snap right there. Good job by Bush. Picks it up. Keeps it himself. A little bit of a push himself, keeping those legs turning, and it's going to be another first down for Michigan City. Of course, that's a 4 seasons first down. And just like that, Michigan City at the 3-yard line.
That's an angry run right there.
Yeah.
Cue the Kyle Brandt segment on NFL Network. That's an angry run we got there.
All right, Mike, what do we think? Is there going to be a pass or a run?
Give me the latter on that
the
one.
ladder.
The ladder.
Go with your bread and butter play, I'd say.
Yeah, it's going to be, again, 5 or 9 here, I'm thinking.
Bush, and there's the handoff. Hart cuts, and looks like he's just dropped short of that line, and they're going to call him down at the 1. So Jaden Hart, another positive run by the senior, and Lake Central really searching for some type of momentum boost because be up 14-0 and a touchdown here. Michigan City to score 3 straight touchdowns, and Lake Central, they've had the opportunities.
Yeah,
it's been costly turnovers and penalties.
Look what we got here, T formation. This could be a Bush push.
It is push.
He's doing it himself.
Up the middle, and it's a touchdown.
What an answer from
It's 2023,
City.
but let's throw it back to 1985. We're scoring touchdowns via the T formation.
Yeah, right. 85 might be putting it lightly, man. That's old school.
And
We've seen it all.
Lake Central is now down. The Wolves in front for the first time all night, 20-14. We'll see how the PAT goes, but man, has this game really changed throughout the night?
Hey, 14 points off of 2 turnovers from LC. Yeah. That's that'll do it. Short fields, they help out struggling offenses.
All right, here's the extra point. Ooh. It's low, but it's good.
I thought he got a piece of that.
He almost did, and just like that, Michigan City leads by a touchdown with under 7 minutes to go. All right, Mike. For Lake Central, this seems to be obviously the drive of the night for them.
Yep.
You're trailing for the first time all night. The offense has been stuck since up 14-0. What are you calling here? We've seen, obviously, Xavier Williams has had positive runs all night. Chase Kwiatkowski, he's had some trouble controlling that football. He's had 2 fumbles where he lost one of them, and, of course, the interception.
Yeah, it's tough right now. You kind of got to figure out who to call for, and I think you just got to call for 2-6. I think you got to start with him a couple runs, make him make a couple plays. I think he's itching to get back out there. He's a gamer, and he wants to kind of put the team on his back here, I bet. And I think it all starts with this return. You know, we were kind of still talking about the guys they have back here on the big play threats. Expect probably a pooch kick. We'll see here. They've been kind of kicking the squib kicks, and again, if you got to get some good field position and get you kind of at least set up for potential game-tying drive here.
And stay tuned for tonight's game. We'll name our Crawl Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, and the Proud Union Home Play of the Game. Also, stay with Region Sports after the game as we'll send it to the Centier Bank Studio as RSN will recap all of tonight's action from around the region, all from the Centier Bank Studio. Now, here is the Quintel kickoff, and there is a squib. And that one picked up, and the Indian falls right on it at about the 24-yard line. Of course, that kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. And, of course, they're handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Big drive for the Indians, like we said. Really, the offense hasn't done much since that first quarter. It's been all Michigan City since the second quarter.
Yep.
With how Michigan City has controlled the tempo, controlled the pace, who knows if Lake Central gets the ball back even after this drive.
Yeah, I think you first have to limit the penalties. I think that set them behind the chains way too much this half, and you have to limit that. You have to simplify things for your guys and just stay disciplined.
Well, handoff on the first play. Williams trying to do all he can on that carry, about 3 to 4 yards. I think that's where you got to start if you're Lake Central.
Yeah.
Give it to your best player. Give it to the best player on the field, the Iowa commit, Xavier Williams. He's had a touchdown in every game he's played this year. I mean, he's a 1,000-yard rusher last year. Missed the last 3 games. You got to give him the ball. He's hungry, and he's an angry runner.
I'll take 4 yards each play.
Yeah.
You good at math, Jack? 3 times 4, what is that?
Well, there goes Williams. Breaks a tackle and another tackle, and there's a stiff arm. Here he goes down the sideline. Xavier Williams to the house. And just like that, Lake Central is an extra point away from tying the game. Oh, we say his name, and that's because he's built like a ball, but he's fast like Flash.
He's back.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's feeling okay. He might be a little sore in the morning, but that's, big-time players make big-time plays, and a couple broken tackles there. I was going to ask you if you were good at math, because 3 times 4, that's 12. That's a first down. But if you get that.
I know a touchdown equals 6.
Touchdown equals 6 plus 1, hopefully. So ensuing extra point.
Have to hit this extra point. Man.
That's the big play we were looking for all night from either team.
We haven't seen it from Xavier all night. Here's the PAT. It's up.
6.
It is good, and we are tied
6
once
plus
again.
1 equals 7, and we got a tie ball game here, my friend.
We kind of said it. Lakeside, where's that big play going to come? The passing game has kind of been stuck. It's got to be Xavier Williams, the best player out there, a guy who's missed the majority of your season so far, a guy who was the leader for them last year, came into this year with probably the highest expectations any kid in the region has come in this year with. Going to Iowa, Big Ten school, and that's why right there. I mean, when he got to the outside, broke a couple tackles, a little stiff arm Heisman pose move, and man, down the sideline with that speed. And we haven't seen that from Lake Central since the first quarter.
He's got it all. He's got the package, man. Bigger back, but he's got the speed. He can break some tackles, and he can also catch. I mean, he could do it all. That's why he's so highly regarded in the area. And, again, like we were saying before the drive, you got to call on your players to make some plays, and he did just that. So now it's back to City. What do we do here?
No matter the score, and I always say this, you put the ball in your best player's hand. Well, no matter what sport it is, mostly for football and basketball, when you need momentum, when you need a touchdown, when you need a three-pointer, a dunk, when you need that comeback, give it to the guy. Give it to the guy that is the best player. And that's what he is, Xavier Williams.
And now we'll see if City does the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 9 on the backside.
Jaden Hart, might be, saying, hey, if you can do that, here's what I can do. We'll see. But here is the Quintel kickoff, and, of course, all kickoffs in this one are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. And there's the kick, a beautiful one, and it's a touchback. And when things seem bleak for the Indians, the Tribe rolled straight to a huge touchdown run, and energy is a little bit back here at the burial
brought
grounds.
Them back. The student section's finally audible. I could kind of finally hear them. Some guys filed out, got to the homecoming after party, I think, but or pre-party, we should say, before the dance. But it's it brought the crowd back a little. And again, that's what you need. That's what you need if you're OC. Yeah. This is your homecoming. You see all these people here standing around, alumni and all. This is what it's all about. And that play means more than just a scoreboard, being honest. But it is nice that it's tied up. We'll say that. And again, let's see what City does. Again, not great field position off that touchback. That goes a great kicker goes a long way.
Yep. There's Jaden Hart with the carry. Not much there, about a 2-yard gain. Swarmed by Lake Central. Looked like one of the players on that stop was number 96, Dylan Knevich. So 2nd and 8, 2 yards they give him on that run.
It's a good start. Good start for OC. That's all I can really say.
And Michigan City, they're still taking their time out there. Probably do not want to give that ball back to Xavier Williams. A little pressure from the Indians. Hand off to Hart. And, wow, he is stopped right there. What a play by this defense. There are a lot of guys out there, I believe. Maybe number 44, Tyler Besic, was there. One of the Indians, he just blew right through the O-line.
Dylan Knesevich, geez. Please forgive me if I butcher that name, but he's making plays. He's stepping up. He was kind of the backup coming into this game. With Tyrone Susanar out with the injury, he's had to step up at that nose tackle position, and he's made some plays. That's a huge play there, and again, a big third down for City.
Just like that. It's 3rd and 11 on their own 18-yard line. Under 5 minutes ago, Bush, he was going to drop back. He's going to roll to his left, looking for a man. There's nobody there. Great coverage by the Indians, and is sacked. Wow. Talk about a turn of momentum. Jeffrey Lucas, the senior captain, with the tackle, and Michigan City will be forced to punt.
I heard some chants from the crowd. Luke. Yeah, he's that guy. That's a big play. You know, you got to turn to your leaders. And on the defensive side, it's Lucas, and he did it there, and that's a big stop. You know, you're going to get good field position here, pending a great punt. We'll see here, but that's a great stop for the Tribe.
High punt, but not much distance. The almost dropped right there by Amarion Brooks right at the 50-yard line. But with 4 minutes to go, Lake Central has great field position and a chance to take the lead once again. If you're just joining us, this has been one great game here at the Burial Grounds. It started off with 2 passing touchdowns from Chase Kwiatkowski. Michigan City responded with a Tyler Bush and Jaden Hart touchdown. Again, Bush once again, and that touchdown, 21-14. Things seemed a little bleak, but hey, you call the man who does it all, Xavier Williams. What a run it was for him. He tied the game at 21, and that's where we stand so far here with 3:57 left in the fourth quarter. Now some whistles.
An official timeout, I think, on the sideline over there. But, yeah, what a game. It's if you're starting out in your first game on the call, this is a game to do. So I'm so thankful, again, to be here and doing it with you. It's been fun so far, and we still got 4 minutes left of a great football game between 2 very solid teams.
Still trying to sort things out there down on the field.
I don't know if that was a sideline warning or what, but I think we're good now, my friend. Let's play ball.
Handoff to Williams, goes to his left, but brought down, trying to still keep it up, and Michigan City was on that play from the start. Good job by Williams. He was getting tackled from the legs, but, you know, kind of kept his motion up and was able to find some yards, but nevertheless, it's a loss of 4. Could have been a lot worse, but was able to go probably from a loss of 6 to a loss of 4. A good start for the Michigan City defense. Now 2nd and 14. Backs up Lake Central to their own 46-yard line. Lake Central now taking their time on the field.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a standoff here. You know, it's you want to waste clock, but you do want to get yards, try and get in kind of that field goal range for your kicker.
Yeah, Kwiatkowski, he's going to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes, through a defender, and some more. He's still on his feet, and it's a Lake Central first down all the way towards the 35-yard line. A flag comes out.
It's a great
4 seasons first down. We'll see what the flag is here on the play. It came after he was tackled, kind of. Might have been some extracurricular activities. Officials talking it over. Not sure if we maybe got face mask holding. Maybe there's some late hit on that play. And it looks like to be against Michigan City.
Looks like, I think, going for the head there is kind of what he signaled, kind of unnecessary roughness.
And there you go, Mike. Yep. 15-yard penalty after the end of the run. And, wow, that will put them in a prime spot here in late fourth quarter. And they will go all the way. I think that's the 15 or 20-yard line.
It's a couple steps. You can't really let your emotions get the best of you here.
It is the 20-yard line. So just like that, in under a minute, they move all the way to the 20-yard line and now have every opportunity to control the tempo of this game. So Kwiatkowski hands it off. Williams to his left. Makes a man miss, but brought down. A good tackle right there by number 11, Jahari Branch, who had an interception earlier.
Yeah, he's been fantastic all night.
Yes.
He's been all over the field. That's some closeout speed there. Xavier Williams, I know he's a big back, but he could move, and so can Branch.
We saw Branch on the pick. We saw Branch on the fake punt. And Branch was the guy who tackled Xavier Williams in the open field on that one pass we saw earlier in the game. So it's been that do-it-all guy for the Wolves. But 2nd and 10 now. Michigan City not electing to use one of their timeouts. They have 2 left with 2:20 here in the fourth quarter. Kwiatkowski hands it off to his running back. And Williams nowhere to go once again. Right off the gate. That was number 0 for Michigan City, Caden Pierce.
I like their linebacking group.
And no timeout yet. Under 2 minutes to go. You got to wonder when it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know here. For City, I think I'm trying to remember how many they have left. I know they burned 1. They have 2 left. And I think you're going to play it out here. Call a timeout.
2. Lake Central has 3.
Got you. I think you
third and 10.
You probably play it out here. You put one in your back pocket for offense.
Kwiatkowski hands it
off
to Williams.
Get a stop.
He's got some room. Moves to his left. Breaks a tackle. Stop just in front of that first down marker. It's going to be 4th down for Lake Central. Under a minute 30 to go. Mike, huge call here. Oh, man, do you kick it with 2 yards to go for a first down? Time is ticking. No timeout called by Michigan City just yet. They're really waiting this one out. By the time they run a play, there's only going to be seconds left.
You gotta call a timeout here.
Milk that clock. They're gonna run the clock down.
Really weird that City has not used it. They're
going to run the clock down, call a timeout. Rick Good is standing next to the official.
Yeah.
Chase Kwiatkowski's on the sideline. They're going to call a timeout here with about 49 seconds to go. They're going to talk this one over. What do you do, Mike?
You kick it. You kick it. Trevor Balden's the kicker.
I think they are going to kick this one.
I believe for Lake Central, Trevor Balden. He has 10 of 13 on extra points. He's also punted a little punting, but he's 1 of 2 on field goals this year. He missed a 41-yarder in the air, but he's made a 27. Now with the ball, let's see, it looks to be on the 14-yard line. That is going to be about a 31-yard kick here. So that's kind of right in the middle, maybe, give or take.
Well, Lake Central, they have been fluctuating their kickers as of late.
Oh.
Trying to look from our sideline. It is going to be Trevor Baldwin to kick this one. On the year, 1 for 2 on field goals. He missed a 41-yarder, made a 27-yarder. A chance here to give Lake Central the lead with 49 seconds to go.
This would make for a fun homecoming weekend, huh?
Absolutely, and we're not even done yet, whether the kick is in or not. People are recording this one as we look.
He will be
a big kick here, 49 seconds to go.
He will be urban legend at the dance tomorrow. Give him the crown.
The snap. The kick. It's up. It's good. Lake Central takes the late lead off of the leg of Trevor Balden. 24-21.
Ice in the veins.
Oh, you're telling me, man. Wow.
Good for him. Big kick. Again, shout out the offense for getting down the field, put him in a sweet spot, and he just part of it home.
And the Lake Central faithful back into this one. When you do have an injured Michigan City Wolf on the field, maybe it's got a little bit of a cramp there on the leg, and it's stretched out by the athletic director, or actually the athletic trainer. Wow. Lake Central, down the field they go. They really did a great job on clock management.
Yeah.
Ran that down to 44 seconds. Michigan City not electing to use any of their timeouts on that drive, and you mentioned it, Trevor Balden, the man on campus, big man on campus. BMOC is what they're going to call him for the next couple of days after that kick.
That's going to be a fun dance tomorrow if this holds out. He's going to be people are going to be lifting him on their shoulders at the dance. So it's again, now it's up to the defense at LC and see what City could do. Again, it's
you necessarily don't have to pass the ball every play, but we're going to have to see the passing game finally.
That's true.
Come to something for Michigan City that's been really irrelevant today for the Wolves. They haven't done much. They've taken 3 shots down the field, all incomplete. You do have receivers who can make those plays when they're one-on-one, but this is kind of the area, or the time, I should say, where you're going to have to take some shots.
Yeah, one thing to look out for, I mean, they held on to those timeouts for a reason. So they got 2 in their back pocket for this drive. And who knows, maybe they throw a run play in there. Maybe they spread the receivers out wide, try and get the cornerbacks and DBs out of the box, and then, hand it off to Hart or maybe Coleman. Maybe try and get something, kind of a chunk play on like a draw or, some sort of handoff.
Well, I do have a hometown Strack Van Til scoreboard update for you. Crown Point leads Valpo 19-14 with just a minute 30 to go.
Oh, man. So great games all around,
So 2 game nights built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network coming down to the wire.
Great games all around.
Absolutely.
That's props to Crown Point. I guess it was a very big struggle in the first half, and it was, they were stuck in it. They were only down by 7 after playing probably one of their, worst halves of football offensively. And they bounced back, and, we'll see how this last minute turns out, but that's
for Michigan City. Cameron Bell, he has a kickoff return this year.
I wouldn't kick it to him.
We'll see how the Indians kick this one off, but you don't want to script it to where Michigan City starts with great field position.
He's been booting it very well.
He's
probably going to – this might be a touchback here.
Oh, he might take that one. He will. That's Cameron Bell. No, he didn't.
Oh.
Wow. He wanted it. He's very upset. You can see on the field.
Again, you got to have that mindset. If you touch the ball, you're going to score.
Oh, I think he tried to run with the ball before it was in his hands.
Yeah.
He saw green turf in front of him and tried to go before it was there. But 43 seconds, 2 timeouts. Michigan City.
Here we go.
Field goal to tie. Touchdown to win. It's homecoming night at the Burial Grounds. Once again, thank you for tuning in. One of our game nights built by Von Tobel. It has been electrifying here throughout the night. Fans were tailgating here early. And it's been some great football by both teams.
Gotta love it. Doesn't get much better than this.
So what does Tyler Bush have in store for us? On the first play, it's a deep pass and incomplete. Good defense right there by the secondary, Amarion Brooks. Elijah Collins was the intended receiver.
He's only 5'7", Brooks is. And he plays like he's 6'7".
Elijah Collins 5'10", so 3-inch difference right there.
Hard over height, though, man. He's been playing very well. The whole defensive secondary, really nothing in the passing game for Michigan City, and big props to them.
They're going to have to take some shots, and they had the one-on-one matchup they probably wanted. Elijah Collins is one of their better receivers. So here we go. Bush again drops back. Pass up the middle. That one's caught. A nice grab right there. Looks to be, that's number 18, Benjamin Martin on the grab. Leads the team in receiving yards, and first down, the time does stop until the chains do get situated. So no timeout call by Michigan City. Now under 30 seconds to go. They just need a field goal to tie. Bush drops back. Looking for a man. Down the field, he throws it. It is up, and it's caught. Was his feet in bounds? They're going to look at this one. It was caught, though. And they're saying it's a catch.
What a snap.
Wow. All the way at the 25-yard line.
Was that the freshie? 80? I think that was Kyron Hart, the freshman.
It was Kyron Hart.
And go get it, young blood.
The 6'2 freshman with one of the best grabs that you'll see all year. Michigan City in prime position with both of their timeouts.
Great ball, too.
Oh,
just
my
go up
goodness.
and go get it. That's next level.
So Bush with it now. Rolls to his right. Another pass. That one caught. And on the ground, it's not a first down. And Michigan City will call timeout with 11 seconds to go. On the catch, that's number 18, Benjamin Martin. Michigan City very well in field goal range now. 11 seconds. You may have maybe one play to be safe.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You got a replay on that, my friend? Oh, we missed the replay, sadly. But I think that
it was a catch. We were clear to see that it was a catch. The question was, were his feet in bounds? And they were tiptoeing that sideline.
That's a tough call, yeah. It's a far view for us. But that was, again, if that was the freshman Kyron Hart, that was a unbelievable catch, well beyond his years. And you
Michigan City, they were searching for that one play.
There's your big play.
And that's the one they got. It took them a while, but they got it.
Yeah, they needed that one.
Their kicker is Gavin Baldwin for Michigan City. On Max Preps, it said he didn't kick a field goal yet this year, but he was 8 for 8 on PATs. So I guess I should say 11 for 11 with today's game.
There you go. And we'll see. You can't get too greedy here if you're City.
No, you can't. You got to run quick plays. You might run the ball here with Hart. Just try to get as many yards as you can without throwing an interception.
My play here, I think you run the ball here. You try and get the first down. You got a timeout in your back pocket. Okay, you can get back to the line and spike it. Or use that timeout and take a shot to the end zone. But you got to get this first down and stop the clock.
4 receivers on the field. Drops back. Bush goes to his left, looking for somebody. There's nobody open. He's got to throw it away, out of bounds. 5 seconds to go. And Michigan City's probably going to have to kick the ball right here. 5 seconds left. Can't really run anything.
It's tough. You can maybe run a quick handoff, maybe try and get Bush to...
You have to give Bush credit. He tried to extend that play as much as he could. With 5 seconds to go, they're not in field goal positioning right now. They are.
It depends how they trust their kicker, again, who has not kicked a field goal yet this season. I've noticed a lot of his PATs They were a little shaky. I mean,
I'm a little shocked
line
right
drives.
I'm shocked
on
right
the PATs,
now.
and I don't think they're going to kick it. This might be the ball game, my friend.
This could be for the game right here. 3 receivers
I'd burn
on the bottom, 1 on the top. 5 seconds to go. They hike the ball. Bush drops back, looks in the end zone. It's caught. He tried to stretch out. He didn't get it. He did not get it. Wow. What an effort right there on the catch. Stretch the ball out. Down at the 1-yard line. And Lake Central,
we got zeros on the clock,
might escape this one with a victory. I believe that was Benjamin Martin on the grab. And they're going over this still. This game's not completely over yet.
I mean, you can't be in a better spot as a line judge to see that. So if they're saying no
either
score,
Michigan City wins or Lake Central wins.
I mean,
Bush tried to extend the play. Martin caught it about the 2-yard line. Full-length stretch. It's a very tough call.
LC's lined up at the 50. They're ready to shake hands.
Michigan City, they think they won this game. Let's hear this one.
They're giving him a second left.
Wow, the game is not over. 1 second is left on the clock. Michigan City can use a timeout. I think maybe that's what they were arguing. Not that he crossed not that he crossed the plane, that they called a timeout with 1 second to go. This game's not over.
And I think you go. I mean, you're on the 1.
You're on the 1. Is it the Bush push?
It's Bush or Hart. Wow.
What a game!
I didn't think that play was that quick. Again, I didn't really keep an eye on the clock. I had my mind on this is the last play of the game. You don't score, you lose.
Well, with the amount of time he took to throw that ball, it seemed longer than 5 seconds.
And then he caught it, and he didn't go down right away.
He did not.
He was still fighting for yards.
He was stretching for the end zone for a couple of seconds. So it looks like that's what they were arguing about, was the fact that, and Rick Good is heated right now.
I mean, who is?
He is not happy talking to his officials.
If you're in Lake Central Blue, who isn't heated? But the same thing was for City. I mean, I don't.
Wow.
You can't please everybody here, and this is a quite the call that we'll see. They say ball doesn't lie.
Oh man.
So let's see right here, my friend.
Game is not over. 1 play left.
We got a timeout
at the 1 yard line. Timeout. Looks like Lake Central called it. This is really tough for Lake Central. You have to get back into that football mindset. You thought you won the game. You were on the 50, high-fiving and cheering. You have to go back and play one more down, and you only need 1 yard to score.
It's difficult to do, to get back into that mindset. It's the beauty of sports. It's the agony of defeat and the thrill of victory. And it's we're going to find out who lives either of those sides here. But it's wow, what a play. What a call. That's, again, I would hate to be a referee in that situation, but it's, again, we'll see what City draws up. I really don't think they ventured.
I just looked on our broadcast. Now, obviously, our time's not official. With about 1 second left on our broadcast, his knee was down.
And
quick timeout.
And I bet
pretty quick draw on a timeout.
Coach French was in the ref's ear.
All right, here we go. At the 1 yard line. A chance to win it. We've seen Bush keep it on these types of plays.
You having fun yet, Jack?
Oh, I've been having fun. Here we go. Bush keeps it himself. Goes to the left. Dives in the end zone. He got it. The Wolves win it. Michigan City does the unthinkable and comes out of Lake Central with a victory. It is madness right now. What a crazy sequence of events to end this game. But Tyler Bush keeps it himself. And Michigan City walks out with a victory. And they snap their 2-game losing streak. And now improve to 3-3 on the year. 2-2 in the DAC. Well, Lake Central now is 3-3 on the year. 2-2 in the DAC. Both teams shaking hands now.
I think
that's just a crazy finish that we could have never predicted, Mike DeWan.
I think the big thing right now is kind of keeping everybody cordial.
Yeah.
Emotions are flying high. I saw some coaches kind of a little bit get into it, and first we're going to kind of wrangle up the guys and get everybody shaken out.
It's a
hopefully keep it cordial on the way
football,
out. But it's
competitive. You're passionate.
Yeah, that's tensions are flaring, and I will never forget this game, especially since it's my first. But this is wow. That was a game.
Oh my goodness! Michigan City with just under 45 seconds drives down the field. A huge pass play. The freshman, it was on the sideline. Kyron Hart made that catch. That really set them up. Then we go to the play with 5 seconds to go. Tyler Bush finds Benjamin Martin at the 2-yard line. Extends the ball, but does not cross that line. Called a timeout with a second to go. Everybody thought the game was over. And then just like that, Tyler Bush keeps it himself, goes to that left side where the Ball State commit Deion Smith blocks. And in for the touchdown, and Michigan City, wow, escapes with a victory. We knew this was going to be a good one, but we had no idea this was going to be like this.
Yeah, this is a season-changing win and loss for both sides. It's, that's LC again. You want to have back. I mean, that's again going into the biggest week of your senior career. I mean, this is homecoming week is so fun.
But
it's to end it like this. It sucks. It's a tough loss. It's just it's brutal for the Indians. And again, the Wolves kind of going into this. I mean, it was how they closed out games. They were 2-8 last year, but they lost 4 games by under 15 points. And this was a game where it looked pretty brutal. You know, when going down by 3 with 44 seconds left, I thought this game was in wraps. And the poise of Tyler Bush and Kyron Hart, who made again, it's hard to believe he's even a freshman, made a catch like that. It's again, that's great win for City and great win for Coach French.
Well, now it's time for our award winners. Let's start with the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies has offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. It's the man who walked it off for the Michigan City Wolves, Tyler Bush. 2 rushing touchdowns on the night for the senior. He really kept this game alive for his team, and when you needed your senior quarterback to step up, he did.
Not much more you could say. I mean, we didn't really see him being that much of a threat so far this year on the ground, and I think this had to be up there for probably his best day on the ground as a runner. He's just inside the tackles, stop me if you can, and he showed on that last play, and it's again, that's a 3-year starter. He's the guy to kind of lead them down and get this huge conference win for the Wolves.
Once again, your Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game is going to be Tyler Bush. Now let's do it for your Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. You can earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. I think it's got to go to James Graham III.
Yeah.
Those 2 touchdowns. The first one was the big one, obviously, but on the receiving end, he was really dominant. I think he had about 3 or 4 catches, though, but those 2 touchdowns on the day got Lake Central off to the start they wanted. But James Graham III, once again, your blue-collar 374 local player of the game.
Yeah, that's all you got on that one. I mean, that's
all right. So
started out hot, and they kind of shut him down maybe a little bit in the second half, but it's he kind of got things started for LC today.
We've got a discussion about our proud Union home play of the game, which is presented by IKORCC. It's the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters, where you can build your future. Learn more at IKORCC.com. I have to go with that catch by Kyron Hart.
Oh.
If he does not catch that ball, I do not think Michigan City gets even close to getting that win, especially. That was a huge catch down the sideline about the 20-yard line. If he drops that, Michigan City is still on their own side of the field. I mean, obviously we can go with the touchdown by Bush to walk it off. But for me, what set up all that was that catch by the freshman, Kyron Hart. Do you agree that should be our problem?
I think that's the voice of the voiceless there. What you would hear from weeks on end probably until now, Tyler Bush, which, again, credit to him for punching it in. But a lot of people are going to be talking about that. No one's really going to be talking about the catch from the freshman, making just a head tap worth of a catch, on his head. It was a great throw by Bush, great catch by Hart. And, I think I'm with you on that one. It's a play that really sets it all up, and you got to give credit to the freshie.
So once again, your proud Union home play of the game presented by IKORCC. Kyron Hart. A big thank you to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinator producing, Claude Martinez. Of course, you, Mike Dewan, Zach Sonelli did a great job producing today's game. And, of course, Scott Stessel with the camera. Big thank you to both of our coaches for getting us stats, rosters, and depth charts for Michigan City, Cody French, and for Lake Central, Rick Good. And a big thank you to both the athletic directors for Michigan City, Craig Sharman, and for Lake Central, Chris Enyer. And, of course, you, the viewers, YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and IHSAA-TV.org. Mike, anything else to add after this exciting one?
Again, it's what a game, man. Two great teams, next level talent on both sides of the ball, and it's again, it's tough for the Indians, but again, the agony of defeat and the thrill of victory, you see it all here, and that's the beauty of football. So again, I thank you to everybody that you've mentioned on our thank you list, and again, thank you, Jack, for just giving me the chance, to again, it's my first game, and I won't ever forget it, man. From the game for just great game. For just being here, it was fun. So again, good night, everybody, and again, thanks for having me on, and take it away, Jack.
Yep, have a safe night, everybody, and we'll see you next Friday night as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Experience the White Rhino, Chicagoland's premier bar and grill. Choose from a selection of mouth-watering lunch and dinner entrees. Like sports? Watch your favorite team on one of our 21 HD TVs. Plus, stick around for the best in late-night entertainment. Reserve our private loft for your next event. And be sure to check our drink selection with 125 beers to choose from. Dining, sports, nightlife. The White Rhino.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors. Plus, built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel. Building better together.